Welcome to the Bassin Brews podcast, your weekly distraction from other high-quality podcasts. And now, your host, Alex from Swamp Rat Fishing, and the co-hostess with the mostest, the Jabberhammer, Paul Roberts.
You're getting worse at it every week, Paul.
Ew.
Oh, no, come on, Paul. That was the saddest hey-o. Let's hear it.
Let me hear your hey-o.
Hey-o!
Okay. You sound like somebody's beating a dog out in the backyard.
It was too long? Listen, nobody's ever said that in the history of my life that I'm too long. What's up, everybody? It is your weekly distraction from high-quality podcasts. It's the Bassin Brews podcast. We've got Bassin Buskie on. He's the man giving John B. a run for his money when it comes to cinematic fishing videos on TikTok. But before we get started, I'm obliged to do a PSA. Amanda, the mail lady, would like to remind everybody that even though it's after Christmas, your postman or post lady will still accept tips. So she's really a firm believer that somehow she gets paid for a job, but she'll still get tips. And the only reason I can get away with saying that is because she won't listen to this show. But I guess tip your mail person. So
does she share her tips with you?
Yeah, dude, she does. Yeah, she's gotten some. It's nice. Listen, even if you can give $5 or like a $5 Wawa card, like she gets so excited when she gets these things. They all appreciate it. It's not the monetary value. It's more the, that you guys are thinking as they deliver all your bullshit from the internet. So,
Paul, as a carrier myself, I 100% agree with all
Are you
this.
A carrier? For who?
Yes. Post office, same thing.
Okay, yeah, that's her too. If I would have
Bring
known,
on
I would have.
I wonder you so fucking skinny.
Yeah, I've been skinny for over 40 years, so
yeah. So
before post office, after post, it's gonna be the same.
That's if I would have known that, I would have had her on. Paul could have took the week off. I would have took the week off, and you guys could have just sat there and talked about USPS. So,
hey,
all
just
right,
a reminder, Alex. Yeah? We do have some 5 stars.
Oh, we got some new ones.
Yeah, we've got 2 new ones. One from Friday and one from Monday. But let me check the other 2 Bassin Brews podcasts and make sure nobody's fucked up.
All right. Do you want to read those while we go through an intro here?
Why don't you read them?
Okay. Well, I need you to talk to the guests then, dipshit. Like,
well, hold on.
I feel like this is
let me
brand
finish
new.
The other 2.
I feel like this is brand new.
Don't do anything bad on this episode. Alex will forget to edit it.
Oh, yeah. Somehow that's my fault that you fucking broke one of our 3 rules like a dipshit. And, we had to. For anybody that heard that, we deeply apologize. It was supposed to be edited out. Paul didn't do it. But, yeah. If you didn't hear it, I don't know what you're talking about.
Alex said, I'll get that edited.
I did not.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, you fucking piece of shit. Listen, we have company here. Can we not argue in front of company?
Hey, all I'm going to say is I did not do that on purpose.
No, he did not.
I scrolled through twice, and both times it hit that, so we just ended it there.
So we've got a updated review. This is from MP Fishing. This is Mike from Mike Goes Fishing. I'm almost dead sure. It says, when the co-host is built like a thick giraffe and the host is built like a baked bean. Holy shit, that was mean. And I appreciate it. Our next one's from...
Who, though?
Well, he said the host, so that's me.
Oh. You smell like a fucking baked bean after it comes out somebody's butthole.
The next one's from B.H. Woody. I think I know who this is. He says, I'm still trying to figure out why I spend 2 hours of my week listening to this cluster of a podcast. The hosts, who are the equivalent of Shrek and Donkey, spend the whole time ragging on each other with no quality entertainment. Man. I mean, we all know one is fat as a tick and the other is so short he needs a booster seat in the car. But let's move on, please. The poor guest of the show probably feels like they got dropped They got duped into doing the show thinking they were going to talk about fishing. They are mistaken. I guess I will have to keep listening to see what they say next. P.S. Sell the Hobie equals bitch move. And he's right. He's right.
You know, you got to do what you got to do to follow your love, and camping's way more fun than fishing, especially now since Hobie is allowing motors. In all but 2 tournaments in 2024. You know, at that point in time, I knew I was out. I knew I couldn't compete anymore with live scope and motors, so I'm selling my kayak with the motor on it.
Yeah, he already had a motor. Anyways, that's a whole episode. We got to have folks on to talk about that because I find that to be a crock of shit.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
You don't think so?
For the last week, anytime I get on Facebook to scroll and to read all my happy birthday posts, none of my happy birthday posts showed up. It was all just people bitching about Hobie allowing motors.
Oh, hey, Paul. Happy belated birthday.
Yes,
Thanks.
happy birthday, Paul.
Thanks. I turned 42, but I've just celebrated my 41st birthday.
I saw that clip. That was pretty funny. On this week's episode, we've got Bassin Buskie. So if you guys don't know who he is, he's on TikTok. He might be on other platforms, but that's where I know him from. And I got to see something cool this year where Bassin here shifted his content to, which might not be the most popular, which boggles my fucking mind, right? Because it's not trends, it's nothing like that. But he took a cinematic feel to his videos. So they're really awesome. They're fucking great song choices that aren't just like something viral. He's got deep cuts on everything. We've got him here. How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. It's an honor and privilege to be here with my second favorite Jersey podcaster, my third favorite Tar Heel, on my favorite non-fishing fishing podcast.
Oh, okay. We got a lot to unpack. One, who's your second?
I know we do.
Who's your second?
Hey, first of all, in about an hour, your honor and privilege shit's probably gone. You're probably trying to figure out how to get out of here earlier.
You're supposed to want to climb up in the rankings. You could climb up another spot, Jabber.
Second of all, if I pass out, it's cold down here, and I got my propane heater blowing on me right now, and I might have to turn it off. But if I pass out before I turn it off, I don't think either of y'all have my wife's phone number, but call 911 and give them my address.
Yeah, after the show's over, I'll call 911.
Okay, good.
Who's your first favorite New Jersey podcaster? And if you say Mike Iaconelli, I'm fucking ending the show right now. All right.
So it's a non-fishing person because you guys are kind of the first fishing podcast that I've actually liked.
Oh, shit.
So most of my podcasts are non-fishing.
Okay.
So the first Jersey podcaster I like is a comedian named Chris Gethard. He does it's not a comedy podcast. It's a hour-long phone call. He just talks to a random person, and they just talk about anything. It's kind of cool to hear a different perspective.
What's that podcast called?
I've been listening to him for years. What's that?
What's that podcast called?
Chris Gethard's Beautiful Anonymous.
So what does he do? Just open up the phone book and pick a number out and start calling people until they talk to him?
No,
that'd be badass.
He puts out the number on Twitter or on his Facebook and on anything, and they just people call in. Lots of people want to get on just to talk about anything. It could be crazy. It could be something heartwarming. It could be sad. It could be a whole bunch of stuff. But it's pretty cool podcast. It's been on for a while.
We'll just update people if you want to listen to that. It's actually called Beautiful Stories from Anonymous People.
There you go. That's a bit long, but yeah.
It is a bit long.
Anonymous.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna check that out. That actually sounds really good. Okay,
who's your first two Carolina people then?
Well, number one is pretty obvious. I don't think we need to name them.
Who's that? LeBron James, the GOAT.
What? LeBron James. Oh gosh. You might be like the last place Jersey podcaster now.
Alex doesn't even know anything about sports, so he's just saying LeBron because that's the only name that he knows of anybody famous.
That's not true. Listen, Detlef Schrempf was the best bench player of his time. Thank you very much. All right.
That
Who's
number,
two?
you're only second to. I'm a Commanders fan, so you're just below Sam Howell right now.
Okay, he had a really bad game last week.
He did. He might be going down, so we'll see. He could.
There you go.
Could
That's
climb
going to
up
raise
to 2.
Paul up.
Well,
that's
what
be going up.
Look, that's what happens when you get sacked 85 times in a season.
Yeah.
You know, you start to get gun shy, and shit doesn't tend to work out great over time.
Hey, what's funny is they're very similar because they're both bad at football. That's awesome. Paul,
I wouldn't consider a starting NFL quarterback bad at football.
I don't know, dude. That pool of quarterbacks is getting real small lately. It's everybody. When Tommy DeVito gets to have starting time on the New York Giants, that pool's real small.
It's pretty sad.
It is. All right, Paul, give your spiel that you do it this time.
Hey, Bassin Buskie, welcome to Bassin Brews. We got the B&B boys up in the house. Thank you for coming on. I'm just going to use Alex's line of questions in this.
Okay.
Why are you here tonight?
Is this the fishing journey question?
It is.
You know, nowadays we don't even need the fishing journey. We just need the journey that's brought
I
you
noticed,
here today
I
where
noticed.
we are
I haven't heard
at this
the
point
word
in time.
journey in a while.
Yeah.
Speaking of really good bands that get way too much hype, Journey's one of them.
Yeah.
Journey.
Great band, but they are overhyped.
It's one song, basically.
I mean, there's a couple.
What song is that?
The Tony Soprano. You know,
don't stop believing that I'm gonna grow another inch or two. Don't stop believing I'm not gonna be a midget anymore. That's what Alex sings when he's all up in his feelings.
It was me and my wife and this buddy from work and his wife, and we were drinking in downtown Philly, and we're getting really annihilated, and he puts Don't Stop Believin' on the karaoke, and instantly they shut it off, and they're like, whoever put that fucking song on, get the fuck out of the bar right now. Like, they were fucking livid. And Spencer, shout out to you. Way to hold your ground. He prompted to chuck his plastic cup full of beer directly at the bartender, and we were never allowed back into that bar. And that was a really cool punk rock bar, but rest in peace.
Anytime I go to a bar and they got a jukebox, I look for the Beatles album that has Yellow Submarine on it.
Yeah.
And I will just put $5-10 in, and every song is We All Live in a Yellow Submarine. And I just put how much ever money I put in, I just put that song back to back. And after the first couple times, people start noticing it. But the third time, people are like,
"That's a good move."
Fuck.
That's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. I hate fucking jukeboxes because I got to pay all this money.
They have them anymore, do they? I don't go into bars
digital
anymore.
Now. Digital jukeboxes.
Yeah, it's a digital jukebox, right? But it's like $3 a song. My drunk ass is going to spend $40 loading it up with shit, right? But there's this one bar when I was in Cali, and they were awesome. And when you went to their back patio, it was just like an open thing, like their whole speaker system. You could just Bluetooth into and play whatever was on your fucking phone. You didn't have to spend any money. You can just play whatever the fuck. As long as you could hit that Bluetooth before anybody else, you ruled that patio. It was awesome.
So, Bassin Buskie, what has brought you here today on Bassin Brews? What is your fishing journey?
I'm a more recent fishing addict. I did start fishing when I was a kid, early 90s in Connecticut. A buddy of mine up the street, him and his family were outdoorsy, and I would go with them on opening day or on occasional walleye trips on the Connecticut River.
Time out.
Oh,
opening day of fishing.
Trout stuff.
Trout.
This is trout stuff.
Yeah, this is.
I wasn't fishing real. Yeah,
well, I'm in the South. Opening day is every fucking day. Well, there is no.
Oh, I know that.
I mean, if somebody says opening day down here, we're talking about ducks or deer or dove.
Deer, okay. Not a surprise, but in Connecticut, they got the opening day, big deal. we would do that. I would go to ponds and stuff, do fishing derbies. But then I kind of stopped fishing when I moved to Florida, probably just before high school.
What the fuck?
I know what you're gonna say. Dumbest move ever, biggest regret. I wish I could turn back time.
Wait. When did you move down to Florida? Like high school?
Freshman year, I had to start fresh.
No,
We're
dude,
in
it makes
Florida.
sense.
Pretty traumatic. And you know what? My dad paid a little extra to live right on the lake because it was like, oh, my son could go fishing because he likes fishing.
Oh, that was really
But
nice of him. But he didn't realize that you were hitting puberty and it's time. Instead of looking for fish, you're looking for tail.
Well, to be honest, I was just wanted to make friends, so I was like, I gotta play, hoops, in the neighborhood. I gotta play video games. So fishing was kind of out the window.
Where in Florida were you?
South Florida. The peacocks were probably hitting. I think I caught one, but I basically stopped fishing.
Ed,
yeah.
Where the fuck in Florida?
It was a Pembroke Pines.
Okay.
It's more Fort Lauderdale area.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You got Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
I'm familiar with South Florida. I spent a lot of time down there in 2007 and 8 fighting wildfires.
Okay. Well, there
Everybody
you go.
drink up.
Drink.
Everybody drink. There it is. Oh,
I also lived in Plantation, Florida for a little bit.
That's middle
Closer to
South,
Davie. Right? It's still South Florida. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
And Alex, just for your non-geographical no one asked, South Florida is a big-ass area.
It is.
Yes.
It's a very big area. Yes.
Very, very big.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Paul.
I was just making sure you knew.
Yeah.
I mean, you are in Jersey.
I'm in South Jersey, so I understand Southern stuff, right? I'm basically Southern.
Continue on there, Ed.
I will.
Continue on because Alex
there's a few chapters in this story. So let's see. Where are we? So I moved around in Florida. I actually went to school at UCF, Central Florida in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And then
did you work at Disney World?
No, I actually only went once. I worked at the library, so that tells you what I was like. I was pretty dumb.
That's where all the chicks are. That's where all the chicks are. The fucking library.
Hey, the good ones are in the library.
You can tell
the good ones.
You can tell Ed's wife is watching him do this fucking interview right now.
Hey, she's upstairs with the kiddos. I am more of a good two-shoes, so you might figure that out a little later on.
The good ones are at the library. We need that on a T-shirt. We need that on a T-shirt with like with a library chick on the front. That's a solid Etsy account right there.
Wolf of Walmart. There's your
there it is.
right there.
Wolf of Walmart. We need Paul's head on a large-chested library-looking chick.
There you go.
The good ones are at the library. All right.
All right. UCF, you worked at the library. We're still not pushing yet.
Hold on. Isn't that a party school?
No. So I messed up. I should have gone to FSU, which I could have gone to, but I picked Central Florida. They had a better campus. Okay. They were kind of up and coming. So I was like, let me hop on that train.
All right. What did you go to school for?
So here's the artsy part of me. I wanted to go to school for film. I wanted to. That's a big word there. The year I wanted to apply for it, the Blair Witch Project dudes, they came from UCF. So things blew up there for the film department, and it got harder to get into the program. It's limited.
Fuck.
So I ended up getting a kind of a nonsense degree. It was a lot of like film study and humanities. And
gotcha.
Didn't do much with that. So I ended up, I graduated, and then I ended up going to, I went across the world to Madagascar. I joined the Peace Corp.
No shit.
Yeah, I did the Peace
Corp.
Because I didn't have, didn't have an automatic job out the gate. I wanted to travel, so hey, Peace Corps, and I ended up teaching English in a small town. It's a 2-year service, so I was there. Looking back, I was trying to see where I could fish there, but there's no fishing places really. It's all like salt water.
Yeah.
But it's to this day, it's still my best 2 years of living life in that country. It was pretty
Madagascar. I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched some TV shows about it, and the Disney
real
movie
TV
was
shows,
terrible.
Paul, or is it just the Madagascar cartoon?
Yeah, I've never even seen the movie. As if you hadn't interrupted me and let
I'm glad you haven't watched those because they have nothing to do with Madagascar.
Listen,
what's the craziest thing you ate in Madagascar? Because don't they have like gigantic fucking bugs there?
Well, you know what? They always had those they call them Madagascan
the cockroaches, right? Yeah, the hiss, aren't they the hissing cockroaches?
You know what? I never saw any of those.
Really?
I don't know where they came up with those. Maybe it's in a different part of Madagascar, but I never saw one. I mainly saw chameleons. I'd actually film them. I had my little camcorder, and I'd film them slowly walking. I'd go to the national park because I lived near one, and they had the lemurs, of course. And the park I lived near was they had this lemur called the silky sifica. It's like a white lemur. They're hard to find, so we'd have to go a couple times to try to find them. But it was awesome.
If anybody wants to see some really big cockroaches, go down to Charleston, or South Carolina, or Savannah, Georgia, and they don't hiss. But like you can flush those cockroaches down a toilet bowl, and they swim against the current.
Yeah,
and they can fly. And I mean, you could deleg one of those things and de-wing it and fry it up, and people think it's shrimp.
They're that big. All I can picture is a big ass cockroach being sassy, but like Southern style. Like, you know what I mean? Like being nice to you, but like very backhanded. That's all I picture.
Yeah, they're called water bugs to make people feel better about them being in their homes, but they are quite large.
When you say you did 2 years, was it 2 years straight, or did you get to, go stateside for a little bit, kind of, or was it just a straight 2 years there?
Straight 2 years. I mean, if you had the cash flow and you wanted to go home for a little bit, you could. But it's kind of like they kind of want you to stay in the country. If you go back home, you might want to stay home. So they try to avoid that kind of deal.
Yeah, because the Peace Corps don't pay you shit, right? I mean, like
correct. They give you an allowance.
They give you food.
Yeah, they give living and little stipend, and they do give you like a couple $1,000s to like reestablish yourself once you get back to the States. But yeah, they don't give you much. Yeah, but I mean, the experience, to be honest, was worth it.
Hey, back in the day, that used to be a big old resume booster, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's cool. That's cool as shit. I think you're the first person I've ever talked to from the Peace Corps.
Hey, did you say I think two more times just to make sure we know you're thinking?
Oh, listen here, motherfucker. I'm already done with your attitude. I'm done with it. I've had it up to here.
I'm not even being attitudey yet.
You are.
I haven't even taken a sip of my alcoholic beverage.
Anyways, I think we have a really cool guest on. I think you're ruining it. I think maybe that commenter was right. And we want less jabberhammer. No, don't do that because you did that once. That was awful.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty bad.
Dude, that was the worst. Dude, that was the worst episode. The whole first half of it, I was literally like, I thought it was funny for the first 5 minutes, and then he kept going, and I'm texting him like, "You got to stop, motherfucker! This is driving me up the wall."
The last
can't go
episode,
from 100% to like 0% jabber. Like we need.
Right?
Oh, but that's who I am. I'm all or nothing. Yeah, I'm all or nothing.
Yeah, I noticed.
There's no tweener. No tweeners. Hey, speaking of that, the last episode that dropped was probably the worst fucking episode ever. I don't even know what happened during that episode.
Are you talking about the Tyler Ward one?
No, the episode that was just you and I.
Yeah, the one that
was actually pretty good. You guys need that, I think, once in a while. The just you two. And you know why? It kind of allows the both of you to kind of talk more and get all this energy out that you need to get out.
I think
this is what the oldest
therapy
kid says to his parents when they turn about 13 years old. Mommy and daddy fight all the fucking time. The old kid's like, you know what? Y'all just need to go out on a date and talk it out. This is what I'm hearing right now.
I think the next time we do it, we need Smiley there to mediate in the middle. We'll just have him in the middle being the counselor.
Mediator is perfect.
Well, listen, he does look like Grandpa in his 1940s pine wood leveled house.
His house is. It's no wonder that guy gets no ass, is because that guy lives in an old man trailer, and he's only. I know he looks like 39, but he's only 24 years old. He's a young man. Yeah, he's got bad genetics, and he lives in a shit trailer. It just sucks.
24?
No, I don't think that's true at all. But
we're just giving him shit. We do not know any specifics about that man.
I can't wait for his response.
I was thinking 32, maybe.
Yeah, he's 32.
He's like the Loch Ness. He's like the legend of the Loch Ness Bigfoot. We just don't know anything about him.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, while we're here, Ed, let's play a little family-friendly game of Marry, Fuck, Kill. All right? You know the rules on this one. And I don't have a special theme for today, so it's going to be old school. It's Bigfoot, Loch Ness, or aliens. Which one are you marrying, fornicating, or killing?
I know this question was coming up. I've done plenty of research. I've had plenty of time to think about it, so it's all here. So if you've seen Harry and the Hendersons, the clear answer is you marry Harry.
Yeah.
You have an outdoor buddy for life. A bodyguard. You got a bodyguard, and cuddle time is going to be elite.
Right.
A lot of warmth. It's gonna be great.
Do you think the Bigfoot farts smell like beer shit farts?
That is true.
Or are they the sweet smelling?
No.
Like you ate too much cabbage farts.
So aren't Bigfoot aren't they like vegan or vegetarian?
No, apparently they eat people.
They eat. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, they got to eat some kind of wild game. Again, this is why, hey, everybody out there, all you brewskis, if you know a Bigfoot expert, we want to do an episode, like, no joke, or as the kids would say, no
Cut
cap.
and Retie did a Bigfoot episode.
I know.
I listened to you guys with him once, and then I decided to listen to him, and he has a whole Bigfoot episode.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's the first one I listened to.
That is the superior fishing / non-fishing podcast. You're absolutely right, Ed. That's what you're saying.
I disagree with what you just said, but
no way.
I'm just putting it out there.
Joe's a stalwart historian in fishing production mastery.
Cut and Retie is actually one of my favorite podcasts because
I want to get Bobo. I want to get Bobo from Finding Bigfoot on. That's who I want to have.
That would be amazing. Also, Ed, real quick. So you're thinking of Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, but what happens
Correct.
if the Bigfoot looks like this? Like if that's what you're looking at, and that's what I still can't. All right,
that is frightening.
Ed doesn't know yet because our episodes are delayed. This is from last week's episode with Tyler. It's the infamous Paul as a Bigfoot picture that I spammed. Yeah. All right. So you're marrying Harry.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm surprised this movie has been brought up, but have you guys seen Species?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That was a badass movie back in like the 97s, 98s, 96s.
Well, that should answer the
Wait, didn't she have a tail? She had a tail.
It doesn't matter.
Hey.
If that was the alien that showed up at my house, I'm marrying infant. We're doing all. That's it. Even though she was very much a female spider, and she killed you after she was done with you. But
it's like praying mantis style.
Right.
You're done. You're done.
But woo, man, that good looking alien.
I mean, the tail, I feel like the tail's got a lot of room. It's got a lot of room for, things that could happen. I don't know if all of them are good, though. Some of them could be a little jarring.
Right.
Yeah. And to be clear, hold on real quick. Go ahead. Move on. So then you're killing Loch Ness.
Correct. So no one has brought this up, but you could fill the fridge with Nessie for years.
You can.
Not only that, but the skin you could probably use for some great outerwear. And you could sell the skeleton to a rich billionaire, and you're set for life. So you're living with Harry.
Ed's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's trying to start an outdoor brand of Nessie clothing. Hey, so species.
And I heard the meat. You know what? The meat, I've heard it tastes between beaver and bass. So, you're all set.
I bet it tastes more like some type of lizard, a little chickeny, a little string chickeny.
All right. To just throw out there for sake of argument, I think we all jumped the gun on the species reference because it could. Yes, she's a very good-looking young lady, right? But also in the movie, she looked like this. So I don't know if that's quite what we want to go with.
I don't know. Those boobies are still nice.
We'll see if we get this video taken down. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're trying to get canceled here.
Yeah, I mean, Paul worked on it real hard last week. You're right. He worked on it real hard 2 weeks ago. Those were solid answers. I can tell that you're a guy who likes to be prepared, right? You've already said that.
I'm also a certified brewski, so I've been thinking about this question for quite some time.
So that's what I want to ask. So everybody out there, shoot me some kind of DM or whatever. Do you guys answer these questions? Like when you're sitting in the car, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I would have said that. Like, is that something you guys do? Because I think that'd be rad if you guys did. I love living
100%.
rent-free in all your guys' heads. I think it's awesome. But I could tell that you were put together. Not only that, but then also with the new information that you worked at the library because that's where all the good ones are. That really makes me think that
I didn't plan to say that tonight. I don't know why that came out.
That's what happens when you come on this stupid ass podcast. Shit just comes out of your mouth, and you're like, "Why the fuck did I just say that?" And then you think about it, you're like, "I have no idea why I just said half of the shit I said on this podcast."
Yeah,
we bring the stupidity out in everyone who comes on here as a guest. It's not your fault.
Why'd you pick the library? That's where all the good ones are. And you did it in a very NPR voice too. It was very much like you were on This American Life, just dropping it.
And most of the podcasts I listen to are a little more professional, so I've been kind of training my ears
to the professional ones, not ours. So that means you don't listen to ours.
I do. This is recent. This is like a year I've been listening to you guys, so I'm losing all my my skills here.
So wait. So that sounds like okay. So I think you mentioned earlier you've got to be 40 or over if you listen to a lot of podcasts.
Paul is my age now.
Okay, so yeah, podcasting is definitely like that elder millennial, junior Gen X thing. I feel like we've really kind of this is ours. Like, fuck you, millennials, regular millennials. You guys have some of TikTok and some other shit, right? And Gen Z definitely has TikTok and the other stuff, right? We're like, fuck you. We've got fancy radio dramas, just like boomers, right? But we don't call it that. We call it podcasts.
Podcast, yes.
Yeah. I think that's
my wife actually got me into the podcast. I wasn't a listener until I want to say 8 years ago.
Do you remember?
A long time. That's a long time.
Do you, Paul? I can't even remember if you've been listening to him for a long time, but back in the day, Ricky Gervais had one of the first podcasts, and you had to pay for it. It was $1.99 per season. And it was 8 hours of content. And that was the first time I listened to podcasts. And that was probably, let me think here. 06, I think, is when that came out. It was definitely 06 because it was me and Amanda driving from New Jersey to Cali. They didn't have an Apple phone yet. I had the Rocker. the Motorola Rocker was like the first phone to have iTunes actually on a phone. And we listened to that on our drive over with like maps and a bunch of bullshit that we had to like actually navigate cross country instead of GPS.
My first podcast was when I got my first ever iPhone, which would have been 2010-ish, and it was the Adam Carolla show.
Yeah, that was a good one from
I
back in
remember
the
that
day.
one. That one was
That was a good one.
interesting.
That was a lot of the degenerates from Hollywood stories,
Yes.
and they were fucking awesome.
Yeah. And that was like a first. Like now everybody tells them, right? It's kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Everybody has a podcast.
Dude, that's the weird thing. Like everybody's got a podcast, right? But then I feel like when it comes to and this is just so everybody that has a podcast now, I do feel like everybody's just trying to make money off it, which I totally get. You should monetize it. I wish me and Paul were better at it. I'd love to get paid to do this. This would be awesome. Whoever wants to sponsor us.
It would
Astroglide,
it would be
balls
if
in
we
your
got
court.
paid to do this, it would be equivalent
job.
to Hobie allowing motors.
Yeah.
It would ruin everything. It would ruin the life of every kayak angler out there, for sure.
But I
Money's
feel like everybody's
stupid.
got
We
one.
don't need money. We need
Well,
love, good
we do.
times, somebody to give you a good foot rub, and a hug every now and again.
See, I'd much rather do that, and I feel like a lot of people, especially like I remember it was a couple years ago, this whole thing came out about micro podcasts, and it was like, oh, do like a 15 to 30 minute podcast, and now every dickhead has like a 30-minute podcast that is 15 minutes full of ads, right? So it's basically like watching fucking TV or listening to TV. Like
That's
you're listening to
terrible.
so many ads.
Well,
It's terrible.
Hey, I will say this though. Fishing podcasts do one of the best jobs with their ads versus any other podcast that you listen to. And you can tell that the angling community knows how to drop in sponsors without it being too bullshit, too much bullshit in there. Like fishing podcasts really do a good job with their ads versus the other ones, the non-fishing podcasts. This just is
it's
I
a
want
straight up
fast forward
commercial.
button.
It's a
Yeah,
commercial.
yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's and what's crazy, and also like everybody has a true crime podcast. Like I get it. I like some true crime podcasts, but like there doesn't need to be 9 fucking million true crime podcasts. I'm over it.
Well,
like
if you listen to one, everybody else is listening to one. They're going into where everybody's
I get
listening.
it. They're hitting the market, but like I don't
You're
know.
just salty because really not many people listen to fishing podcasts. That's why I'm getting into camping, and probably why I'm going to start a camping podcast on the side, is because people love camping, and we talk about all these people that get into fishing, but way more people can and do get into camping because it doesn't require you
I can't wait.
to have to wrangle a live fucking wild animal that is nothing but a bitch.
I can't wait for Paul to start another failed podcast. This is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suggested the Jabber Camper, so you need to change your name.
Jabber
Jabber
Camper.
Camper.
I like it.
That's pretty good there. I like that.
Yeah.
You don't need to change much,
Hey,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to monetize the shit out of that one because when I sell this kayak, I'm going to have all kinds of money to put into that new podcast.
As we talk about it, Paul's like, listen, I'm starting a camping podcast. It's going to be 45 minutes of ads and 10 minutes of, because that's all you can talk about camping. Like, hey, man, did you go camping yesterday? Yep. Went camping. How was it? It's pretty good. Were you cold? Nope. Not cold at all. All right. Anyways, here's our sponsor, Blue Chew. Have you ever been camping? You want to get horny as shit? Eat some Blue Chew.
Is
Are
that
you
how
guys
you get a
getting
blue waffle?
Are you guys getting an influx somehow? You know how on TikTok, like somehow the ads are just like really out of pocket, and it's like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
It comes from your phone search history.
Yeah, but I've never searched for it, and all of a sudden I get Blue Chew left and right. Like I don't have erectile dysfunction. Hold on, let's talk into the phone. TikTok, I don't. My wiener works fine. Quit sending me fucking Blue Chew ads. It's out of control. Like every once, I mean, that doesn't happen to you guys. I guess you don't just get some weird ass ads. No?
I don't think it's
I think
weird
that's
as
just
that.
you, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe Siri is, listening to you and understand that you might need a little lift somewhere. I don't know.
Actually, ads like that usually pop up because the other person's significant other is whispering in the phone when they're not around.
There it is. There it is. Have you guys seen the Monopoly ad on TikTok? It's a
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's a lady who at first glance you can tell is very in.
Yeah.
Yep. Have you ever gone to the comments? The comments are the fucking best.
I have not seen the comments yet.
Dude, next time the comments go up, usually the first comment that's on there is, holy shit, Monopoly's coming with the heavy hitters. And then the next comment is like, she put all her money not in Boardwalk, but in them titties. And it is fucking hilarious.
Those are actually pretty decent ads because I always want to see, because it's like a storyline almost. It's like
sure
the husband comes back, or and it's different couples. I think
right.
I'm not sure.
I don't even
the
know
fact
what
that
the
we're
fuck
talking
y'all are
about it means they're doing
it
something
works.
right.
It works.
Hey,
yeah.
So you went to UCF. You did 2 years in Madagascar. When the fuck did we start fishing again? When did we come home, and when did we start fishing again?
So let's see. Got married, had a kid, another kid on the way, and I was now in Maryland because I met my wife. She was also a Peace Corp volunteer, and she's from Virginia. And I just relocated to Maryland, and I started teaching there. And then
did y'all meet in the library?
Fuck, you beat me to it.
Oh no! See, ours is more romantic. It was more of a bonfire on the beach type of thing.
Oh
shit! Yeah, that's where the good ones are, fishing, at the bonfires.
Pandemic. That's kind of what got this thing started. I needed an activity for my daughter, to do outside.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I still had my childhood rods on me. So we went out fishing, got skunked pretty bad. I find an app called Fishbrain. It helps me find a lake that's actually right nearby. We go there, we start catching them. And what really got me was I ended up catching a snakehead. And this is a few years ago. I had no idea what I was doing, what it was. And I started doing research on the snakehead, and I found YouTube. And I wasn't a YouTube watcher. I mainly used it for like horror movies or something like that. And the snakehead stuff came up, and it was a lot of local guys from Maryland, including like guys like One Rod. And I'm like, oh, this snakehead is pretty cool. I ended up catching about 4 to 6 in a couple of weeks, so it kind of got me hyped.
Oh yeah.
And during the pandemic, you had about, everyone was home, and I could fish in the morning. I didn't have to drive kids to school or anything, so I was fishing a lot more. So the YouTube got me more into fishing.
Are you delivering mail at this point?
Yeah. By then, I was delivering the mail. Yeah, I only taught for 6 years in Maryland, 2 years in Madagascar.
All right, so if your mail was late, it's because this motherfucker was fishing in the morning. No. This guy was fishing in the morning instead of sorting his goddamn mail.
Hey, you weren't that guy. You weren't that guy a couple of years ago on social media who was out there in the UPS truck or whichever truck it was fishing off the dock. That wasn't you, was it?
Hey, you got to remember, I'm the guy that was in the library. Remember, so how can I be the late guy too?
I'm trying to remember all the things my wife says. Listen, the DPS and the flats were fucking sitting there unsorted. We're sitting there unsorted because this guy was like, I'm going to be a little late. You better call a CCA to come in and sort my shit.
No. Hey, all the lingo. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah. She's been doing it for like 3 years, so that's all I fucking hear about is stupid mail.
Okay. Is she a regular yet, or she's a regular? I'm sure.
No. She's a PTF. She's been hopefully
PTF. Wow.
Yeah, she's a PTF.
Okay.
She was a CCA for 2 years.
And
they made PTF.
Wow.
Yeah. She's in a kind of stacked office. And then hopefully she'll be making regular June of 2024.
Okay. I noticed every station and every state, everywhere is different. So she probably would have became a regular after 2 years where I am.
Yeah, it really does. Like she had all right, so like if she was in Philly, she could just go straight to regular. Like right now,
straight to
yeah.
It's
they're
crazy.
going straight to regular because they don't have enough people, right? But she's in a cush. Like it's busy enough. Like she gets work. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not like insane work where like people like CCAs and PTFs are doing like 60-hour weeks. It's not that. She has a normal schedule for the most part. Good. Yeah. And the regulars, she's just waiting for one to retire.
That's how it works.
She should be there soon. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. But I have to hear.
You started catching snakehead, watching YouTube videos.
Paul's like, I'm done with the mail talk.
Jabber has become Alex today.
I know.
This is just pretty cool.
I know y'all nobody has said anything about how low I'm sitting in my chair.
We sit higher.
What I have noticed though, Paul, your screen is way clearer than Alex. Alex is like NES. Time, you are PlayStation 2.
Every time. I try to tell him this, and he has the fuzziest screen out of anybody we've ever had on this podcast.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the middle, but yours is like HD.
What?
It's pretty nice.
I am the consummate professional on this motherfucker.
Today, I think you get that. You get that blue ribbon right there.
Hold on.
You're catching snakehead, watching
YouTube
videos, and you're like,
correct.
Yeah, let's get this. Did you eat any yet?
So snakeheads, I only ate one, and that's because it choked a Rapala floating minnow, and it destroyed it. I mean, the thing was deep down its throat. I had to keep it. I wasn't really prepared to like fillet it, so I can't even remember how it tasted. But I know the meat was pretty good. It was kind of thick. It wasn't too flaky. It was kind of like steak-like.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually, people say it's great to make nuggets and all that. But now, see, I caught those plenty that first year, but now I can hardly catch them. But that's because I kind of got into bass fishing. So after the snakeheads and all that, after a year or two of like, being obsessed with fishing, I learned that I am a bass man. I like catching bass, specifically smallmouth. But I'm trying to catch, my next PB. That's kind of my goal.
What's the biggest smallmouth you've ever eaten?
He fucking almost got you.
Almost got me.
What's your PB smallmouth?
PB was this year a 4-pounder, 21 and 3/4.
That's
you could have had some serious fillets out of that.
And that's also like 2.5 pounds bigger than Paige's, so that's good.
Oh, I don't know.
You were getting a fuck you in your DMs after she hears that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trolling Paige.
She's gonna roundhouse.
Yeah, my PB was pretty exciting. That's actually the first one of the earliest fish I actually caught on film. I normally wasn't doing that, and for some reason I said this spot has a fish here. I'm gonna put my camera here and film it, and I caught it all on camera. I missed the way where I put my camera. I missed the jump, but you could hear it. I mean, it sounds like Free Willy,
right?
Landing in the water, but. That PB came this year. It was during one of those hazy days from the Canadian fires.
Yeah.
And I got lucky. I started getting into the X-Wrap jerkbait this year, and that's what I caught it on.
Yeah, blame the hazy day on the Canadians.
Yeah, fuck them Canadians.
Well, hey, the fires are in Canada. That's all I heard.
All right, I got a question. As somebody who, Paul, did you get your PB on camera or no?
Actually, yes, I did. And I've got that clip somewhere. Oh no, my PB, no, my real PB, no, I didn't because it was 2008 and we didn't have any cameras. But I did have my Palm Pilot, so we did get a picture of it. The 8.5 pounder that I caught a couple years ago is on camera. But it was a February fish, and it really didn't do anything. It pulled a little bit of drag, got up by the boat, and I started being like, "Oh shit! Oh my fucking big bass! Oh, it's a hog!" Blah blah blah, and I didn't have a net, and I reached down and lifted, and then I was shaking with excitement, and then I had to score it for a tournament, and then I let it go.
So Ed, do you go back to that video and watch it just to kind of fucking relive that? Like, to be honest, like, do you?
I do once in a while. I actually had it pinned on my TikTok.
Right.
I just recently unpinned it because, to be honest, it's an okay clip. I mean, I do like to rewatch it occasionally, but I feel like the stuff I'm making now is better. But that catch was, I do like to see that catch. It's my favorite species. I don't think I'll break that PB, to be honest, especially here in Maryland.
You got to leave Maryland.
Yeah, I got to go to PA or Michigan. That's like, goals right there.
All right. So your recording setup, is it like tripod and your phone? Is that kind of your deal, or do you use something else?
I'm basic, simple. I try to keep it minimal. Little tripod, just my phone. One day I'll kind of upgrade, but I like to keep it simple.
That's fine.
Fishing is the primary reason I'm out there.
Yeah.
If I catch some, get some good footage, that's great. But it's all about the fishing, really.
We paying $1,500 fucking for phones. You damn well that might be using for no damn filming shit. You buy like 10 GoPros for what you pay for your cellular device.
Probably.
I think the only downside, right, is I will say, so my PB I caught, right, but I took all that footage and I put it on a separate SD card and like put that in the home safe. Like, I'll have that clip forever, like the raw clip unedited of that clip forever. It's
you say that you might want to download that bitch to some clouds and upload it to your social media, because you're going to put that SD card in one day and that bitch is going to be foul there.
Bingo.
Listen,
you need to test out that card.
Hold on.
It's
Ed, he's not going to listen to me or you.
I am.
And this bitch is going to go load up that thing tomorrow, and it's going to say foul
YouTube.
error.
It's on YouTube.
No, it's going to make a sound when he puts it in the computer. It's going to be like,
listen. I never changed it. When we rebranded the YouTube channel, the first video new people see is still me catching that PB.
I'm gonna go edit that video, and I'm gonna take the big fish out and Photoshop a small one in, a crappie, and he's gonna be misidentifying his PB bass, and it's gonna be a crappie.
No, I always wondered that. All right, so what made you shift how you made content this year? Because again, earlier in the year, you kind of did, I wouldn't say what everybody else does, but a very similar thing. It was a very I don't know, you could tell, like, it was, okay, I'll be honest, it was a very similar thing to what most people do, right? But now, within the last, what is it, like 4 or 5 months now, you kind of shifted into this kind of different mind space, it kind of feels like, with your content. Like, what made you make that shift?
Well, I think it's been mostly similar. I think in the early time, maybe like a year ago, I was trying to be, like everyone else. But what happened was, it wasn't me. I was like, this ain't my style. And I got better with footage. That's the biggest change right there, is the footage. Because before, I wasn't too focused on getting footage. I was just, fishing. Oh, I got a fish. Here, look.
Yep.
It's mainly the footage, capturing the right footage, which changed my storytelling.
Storytelling.
I wasn't
that's the
getting
big one, I would think. Storytelling, right?
Storytelling,
you went from like catching a fish to you're telling a story now. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So getting the footage.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Within the last 4 months, 5 months or so, you are telling more stories through your content instead of like, here's my fish. Here's the lure I caught it on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the big change was, also getting a tripod. Getting a little tripod. It's easier on the bank right now. I wish I could do it more with wading, because that's my real passion, wade fishing. But the footage, no barefoot, no jabber hammer wading with no nothing. I'm My feet aren't as rugged as yours, to put it that way.
Well, they're
As
never
we've
going
all
to be if
seen.
you don't start going barefoot.
I don't think they'll ever be that way. I recently watched the episode because you listen to the podcast, so I kind of watched a few last night, and I saw the footage where you guys put your feet up.
Oh no!
You, Matty Ice, Tiny.
Yep.
It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's when Paige just bolted.
Yeah,
After
she was
we-
done
Yeah,
with it.
that's classic.
We all had our feet
material.
up there, and she's like, "All right, I'm going," and left.
Yep, I saw your feet, and mine will never get to that point. I could go barefoot for the rest of my life, and I don't think I can match you.
Oh well, it will change your sex life with your wife if you have feet like mine.
I heard that you do the itching stuff for her, so I don't know. I don't know, man.
Oh, I forgot about
women
the itching stuff.
Women love a good corned up foot. They're more likely to give you a little toe lick when they're massaging around in there.
Oh, that's the new website, cornsonly.com. Anyways, all right, so the tripod is what pushed you to kind of
footage, tripod, and then the so before I'm on all platforms, YouTube, TikTok, IG, even Facebook. But what changed the game big time even more was starting to use CapCut.
Okay.
I could edit just once because I used to do it for each platform because I didn't want the what is it called, the watermark.
The watermark.
Yeah. So I was doing it 3 times and it wasn't fun.
No.
So using CapCut has made it fun again.
Are you doing this on your editing? Are you using your phone?
Yeah, all phone. Yeah, I keep it, like I said, bare minimum, easy, fun.
I'm going to throw a suggestion out to you. And for anybody out there who's just using their phone, I used to record the first, almost year and a half of my YouTube channel. I would do full, like 30 to 45-minute YouTubes, right? I would do it all from my phone. And I would do it on a program called LumaFusion. And it works for phones and iPhones and iPads, right? You do have to pay for it. I think it's like $20, but it's a pay once and that's it. And you get a lot more reach of features than what CapCut has. CapCut is great because CapCut has like the templates, right? But if you're not going to use the templates and you just want to like, kind of like tip your toe into video editing and not have to like pay to use Premiere Pro and all that other stuff, LumaFusion on your phone is money because you can do voiceovers, you can do all that other stuff all from LumaFusion. I think they actually just put out a buy-in pack to where you can do multicam also. So you can do like, as long as they're synced up, you could do like an over-the-shoulder, a chesty, put them together, sync them up, all that stuff. So I'm not
sure if anybody's going to listen to Alex about video editing or anything when his fucking video on this podcast is absolutely trash. Hey, Alex, I know what's wrong with my video right now. No, it's not. No, it's not.
What is it?
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's too dark, and all the light is behind you. Go get your wife's makeup light and put it on you right now and watch how your video changes.
No, I could turn it up. Hold on. I could turn it up brighter. I just don't want the fucking ring light in my eye. Hold on.
I'm just trying to help him because it is very, I mean, we do this podcast every week, and I have to look at him like just all kinds of messed up. He's fuzzy and shit. Put the ring light
He looks like
on
he's
you.
censored right now. His whole face is censored.
I mean, thank God we can't see his face clear because it's ugly as fuck, but I would like the quality of the podcast on the video side to be better.
No, it already, look, I'll go back down to standard.
See, this is better. You just, I don't understand. We got this, you know what? You need to go buy a MacBook and get rid of that PC. That's the other problem.
It could be. Probably not, though. But anyways, everybody wants to check that out. CapCut is great, but if you wanted to like get into like speed ramping or anything like that, right? A little bit more. LumaFusion, again, I think it's $20 or $30. It's a one-time fee.
I just looked it up. Yeah, it looks like $29.99 right now.
There you go.
That's
So $30.
expensive.
Yeah, but it's a one-time fee. That's it. When you do Premiere Pro, it's like $20 a month. Yeah. So just throwing that out there. But if you're doing this on, that makes me even more fucking impressed that you're doing this on CapCut. Because
I mean, I don't use templates. I'm kind of anti-template.
Yep.
You know, I basically what I do is I do a lot of I call it pre-editing. So I will capture the footage, and the footage isn't like, you know, hours and hours and hours. It's basically like a 10-second clip.
Yep.
I even edit while I'm, you know, this is too long. 1 minute is too long. Let me just catch this, you know, one cast, shorten it right there.
Yep.
And then
why'd you drop everybody? Go ahead.
Just keep talking. I'm
yeah. So
Anyway.
yeah, I kind of do pre-editing while I'm fishing sometimes. So when I actually do the final, you know, start to produce a, you know, a clip, I just add my, you know, it's probably usually like 10 to 30 little clips. I figure out the order. I figure out what story am I telling here? What happened? Because with fishing, you can't really, you know, script it out. It's, you know, it could be a different story every time.
Right.
But yeah, CapCut, you know, it's made it super easy. I am trying to get into longer stuff. Right now I have a 30-minute project that I'm trying to plan out for January.
All right.
I basically kind of teased some of the clips already. And just want to have a big story put together, because I've done 10 minutes and I've done a 7-minute. Kind of want to do a bigger projects now that it's, you know, December, January, where I'm not catching much. So let me put out something big.
This conversation just solidifies my stance on going to camping versus fishing, because I don't have to catch anything to make a video. I don't have to have a million video clips. You just start recording from the time you get there. You set up, you build a fire, you cook, you take everything down, and you leave. Boom.
Well, see, I've made clips with no fish, and to me that's fine and dandy, because I'm down to the heart. I'm a fishing addict, so
those are the hardest clips to put together, right? Those ones where you don't catch anything.
Yeah.
And you've done a great job again of the storytelling. I want to again go back to, like, you tell a story so well. You have figured out how to bring in the viewer, right? To be like, I'm fucking fishing with this dude right now, or you know what I mean? And I'm going through the thing.
There you go. Again, that's exactly what I try to do. I want you to be right there fishing with me, or you
can tell you should have gone to school for it. Maybe not, because you figured it out. You handle B-roll.
Well, the thing is, everybody's a filmmaker now. I mean, you could, if you put in some work
correctly, I know, right? You do B-roll. You do B-roll fucking great. Your B-roll is all the fucking vibes, dude. Like, honestly, your B-roll is inspiring for me. I put out a clip today as of today's recording, right? I couldn't go fishing today. I went for a walk around my local lake and woods, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it like Baskie. Let me, like, try to fucking tell a story here. And it's been a long time since I've kind of done that, right? Like, I wanted to do a whole project with it, and it was a utter failure, and I got burned out on YouTube or whatever, right? Like, creatively. But you've, like, energized me with this, doing these, like, short form, but, like, trying to tell a story through it, and you are doing an excellent job. Like, again, man, I'm going to say it right now. For me, Alex, I'm only one person on this podcast, right? But you are kind of my breakout TikTok fish talk creator. For me, I think you're the best. Again, the folks that do the funny stuff, it's fucking funny and it's hilarious. It's awesome. But you're giving like an art spin to everything, and I really enjoyed every time I sit on the toilet to watch TikTok. I cannot wait to see your next video.
If we're going to talk
that's why I put them out in the morning. I know people are on the toilet.
Dude. I do the same thing, dude.
Sitting in the bed.
Yes. Dude, when I release videos, I'm either releasing the video when I'm sitting on the shitter or when I'm in bed, because I know that's where other people are doing it.
Alex, do you have a short toilet where your feet reach, or do you have the stool so you can get decent leverage when you go dookie.
I have the squatty potty because I think any grown person should have a squatty potty. I think it gives you a better.
If we're going to talk about how electronics, forward-facing sonar has ruined fishing,
okay,
we have got to talk about how digital photography and editing software has ruined photography. Because back in the day, you had to take good pictures, and you didn't know they were good until you got the film made.
Yeah.
And now anybody can go out there and shoot a picture.
Anybody. Yeah.
And edit it right then and there, or they know it's bad and they can take a bunch. It's digital photography has ruined photography 1,000,000 times more than forward-facing sonar will have ever ruined fishing.
I kind
of see what Paul's saying because
I see what he's saying,
I used to be into photography.
Yeah.
And photography is because I couldn't get into film.
I can tell from your glasses that you were really into photography.
And libraries.
Yeah, and libraries. But go ahead.
But yeah, he's right. Photography is, anyone is a photographer now because of the technology. But yeah, I used to be into photography. I had an SLR. And I was trying to be a photographer at one point, try to take, cool pictures. But I mean, anybody could do it. Right now, everyone's a photographer.
You take a 24 picture roll of some film and just the greatest thing ever, and you go get it. You go take it to the CVS or B&H Photo or somewhere, and you get it developed, and you get it. And all of them are blurry or none of the fucking none of them turned out anymore. I mean. Any Joe Blow with a digital camera can go shoot wedding photography now. Back in the day, wedding photographers had the most stressful job in the world, probably behind military and the North Sea ship operators.
Oh, the fucking North Sea. Oh, hashtag North Sea. But I do think it's opened it up to everybody, right? Everybody can tell.
It has.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
one shot was so valuable too. I mean, you took your time to take that one. I mean, you can't waste the frame. It's like
it's just like having
I only
sex.
got this one opportunity.
You only get one shot, and it's got to be a good one.
I mean, it's gonna be good for somebody, but no, I think I get what you're saying, Paul. I do disagree. I think it's better now, though. I think it's better that we have because even though I love your stuff. But it is nice to see the other stuff, the very the goofy tiny 2-poles. Fish Mama Chris went out not too long ago, was doing some live stuff, which is awesome. It's good that we have accessibility.
You need a variety.
Multiple. Exactly, right? Like
I can't. Here we are in the digital age of videography, and Alex looks like he's recording this on his fucking flip razor phone from 2006.
It's the internet, man. I got like 9 people using the internet in my house.
Is your camera on your external camera, or is it on your computer camera?
It's on the external. Look, that's my on the laptop. This is mine on the camera.
There's another meme right there. It could be Alex at a huge block computer, and the rest of us are on MacBook Pros.
Oh fuck, Ed comes on the show.
Living the life.
He's a fucking hour into it, and he feels like he can just shit on my equipment. solid, man.
You've earned the right for anybody to shit on it.
Listen, if you guys watch on YouTube, I love you guys. That's great, but this is an audio podcast.
I feel like I'm about to have a fucking Caesar salad over here watching you dance around and pixelate like this.
Is it still pixelating? Well, why don't you say something?
We can't even see your lips move.
Well, we'll go to low definition.
You'd be better off turning your camera off.
Go to low.
We'd probably have a much better experience.
Actually, hold on. Let me back out because I do have that thing. Hold on. I'll be right back. Paul, carry the show.
Ed, now that we don't have Alex in here ruining the videography of this, how have you progressed as an angler with tackle, rods, reels, and shit? You say you're cheap on the video side, just the phone, tripod.
Yeah.
Are you a gearhead? Are you buying a bunch of shit? Are you upgrading rods and reels? Or are you just give me just the basic shit that I need to go catch fish?
I used to be the basic guy because for a couple years. Oh,
Excuse me,
wow.
time out. I told you
I
he was
just
on
went
the wrong
back to
camera.
standard. I was not on the wrong camera. I just went back to
That
standard.
is so
mode.
much better.
Actually,
well,
so
now
much
my
better.
internet's figured it out.
you deserve this one.
Before we get to your upgrade question, whoever you got that clip from, we've got to figure out how to incorporate that into the intro. But anyways,
I have to ask, what is that for? Because I may have missed that episode. What is the story behind the hee ha hee ha?
That's some bullshit I found on fucking TikTok, and I thought it was one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my entire life, and I incorporated it into the fucking worst podcast I've ever listened to in my entire life.
I think the first time he played it was with Drew from Paddler's Playbook. I think.
Paddler's, okay.
I don't
remember. It's the iCast sucks episode. I think was the first time you played that one.
It's some Appalachian woman talking about her hee-hawing, and that's her. She's singing that beautiful song. It's like an angel appeared and started hee-hawing.
Hey, before we get to the upgrades, have you guys ever watched, since we all like podcasts and YouTube, have you guys ever watched, oh shit, what is it? Soft White Underbelly?
Soft White Underbelly. Nope.
Probably sounds like something you need a subscription for.
So no, it's on YouTube. It's this guy that does interviews with like he got really famous because he filmed this documentary series with this extremely inbred family.
Whites.
No, it wasn't the
whites. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it was the Whitakers.
Yeah.
The Whitakers up in West Virginia.
Yeah.
The whites. Paul, you're thinking of the wonderful whites of West Virginia, which is the funniest. I love that fucking documentary. It is out of control and crazy. It's my favorite thing ever. But Soft White Underbelly did the thing with the Whitakers, right? And they just put out a new one for Christmas, and it is fucking hard to watch.
Hey, can Ed talk about his fishing shit now instead of
back to fishing?
Mr. Camping Guy wants to fucking stay on track with fishing.
I'm not talking about camping yet, though. You just wait.
Mm-hmm.
So the gear, I like I told you, I was using my childhood gear for a while.
Like Snoopy childhood gear or Zebco 33 childhood gear?
No, see, I was pretty good at fishing as a kid, so I had like lower tier Shimano's. I had those trigger spinning reels.
Use a rich.
So gear. They weren't that much. So I upgraded to more spinning trigger stuff when I finally got into fishing. Yeah. And they weren't too expensive. They were like $20-$30. And then I got more into fishing. So I was like, okay, I need to get, better stuff. So I went to a brand that a YouTuber kind of reviewed. It's called Cadence. They're kind of a good stuff, but at a good price.
Stuff. Yeah. Cadence is a real good stuff. She's got a real good lap dance, but instead of 20, she charges 10.
Oh my! So yeah, it's quality at budget.
Okay. I've never heard of.
Yeah, it's Cadence.
Okay.
They don't advertise too well. Like they have a problem with advertising and kind of getting their stuff out there. Because I used to use their stuff and tag them, and they actually posted a few of my videos onto their Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't done much on social media. But I kind of this year I kind of graduated from that. I'm like, let me spoil myself a little bit and get something better. So I've kind of gone not high end, but middle. I'm getting kind of slowly upgrading. I only use 2 to 3 setups. I'm kind of minimalist with that. So one spinning, which is a medium, and then my bait caster, which I'm upgrading now, medium heavy bait caster.
Which nobody has ever seen on film. I've never seen you use a bait caster.
My bait most of my spinning, my spinner bait stuff is with my bait caster.
Speaking of bait casters and upgrading rigs, we got a tackle store down here in Southern Pines / Aberdeen called Aberdeen Bait and Tackle, and I've talked about it on this podcast before. It is a shack. It's like 3 shacks put together, and you walk in, and there's a fucking parakeet behind the counter. There's a 3-legged cat on the counter beside the register.
Get them
on a pirate shop?
There's 2 or 3 cats in cages spread out among the tackle, and you kind of got to walk sideways in the aisles, but literally have everything, got every Zoom color ever invented. Anyway, they got eminent domained, and he didn't get, like, they didn't give him enough money to open. So sadly, Aberdeen Bait and Tackle is having to close. And it's out of all the bait shops I've been to in North Carolina, I have not been to them all. This one was probably one of the best ever, and it sucks that they're having to close down. Yep. But follow them on Facebook, because if you need something, he might have it. Shoot him a message. And he's got a bunch of Shimano reels that are like $20 and $30 off right now.
Shoo. All right. So your bait
go get you a Shimano Corrado for like $160.
Hold on. Let's get back to Ed's setup. Okay. Let's get back to that.
So yeah, my minimalist style of fishing. Alex, you are right. I don't use a bait caster much.
Yeah.
I kind of got into it more this year. I bought one last year. So this is the story. I bought one last year. I sucked at it. I mean, terrible. So I put it in the closet. I'm like, I'm not having fun, and that's why I fish.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the closet. This year, I said, let me try it out again. And the first fish I caught with it was my first striper out of a creek, basically.
Fuck yeah.
So that kind of motivated me to let's use this a little bit more. I still, I'm pretty bad with it. I don't cast too well with it, but that's kind of why I'm upgrading my bait caster. I want to see if there's a difference of using, a higher end, not higher end, but a better bait caster. So that should be coming in January.
All right.
What'd you get?
Yep.
I'm going, I kind of commit myself to a brand, and I'm going with Baits. Your buddy, Jake Harshman, he kind of sold me on Baits.
Who?
When he said the word indestructible.
That's not a buddy. Don't listen to him. Listen to Josie. Listen to Josie.
Yeah,
Josie. Yeah, Josie's the real hero. Jake doesn't know shit. Jake is a trash fisherman.
Oh no!
I mean,
I gotta throw my stuff out.
Yeah, maybe. Like, he's a little better now that he retired from being a security guard, from being Paul Blart. But other than that, it's Jake's trash. But anyways, so you went with Baits.
Yeah. Jake sold me on that, and then I kind of like their stuff. It's when you say indestructible or your last rod, it's quality stuff. I'm kind of sold with it, so I'm going with Baits. I have a spinning reel, I should say, of Baits, and I've enjoyed it. I've used it for the last, I want to say 4 months, maybe.
All right.
Didn't have the cash for the bait caster yet, so I'm doing that this at the end of this year. It's already bought, but it's on back order, so should be in for the next year.
You need to start wearing shorter shorts and unbutton some buttons delivering mail, and maybe some of these, stay-at-home moms and grandmas will start slipping you 5 and 10s.
Yeah, dude.
I did get some good tips today.
Yeah, dude.
Did you tell them you were coming on this podcast and they felt sorry for you?
No, I didn't get to mention this podcast then.
I tell my wife all the time when it comes to Christmas, like, hey, maybe less thermals because it's cold as shit, and more cleavage, and we can maybe cover our mortgage. She probably tells me to go fuck myself.
Alex, go hide all of her bras so she has to go to work braless.
That would greatly increase the tips. You know what I mean?
See, the Postal Service, their shorts aren't very they're pretty short.
They're
especially
short,
lanky guys like me.
Yeah, dude, you got them way up there, don't you?
Yeah,
dude, you're
a little embarrassing, also, but I don't care.
Your tan lines too. Do you have the fucked up Postal Service tan lines? Yo,
Yeah.
like Amanda comes home and the
Oh my
bottom
God,
of
we're
her
back on the
legs.
Postal Service talk
Dude,
again.
well, no. It's
Welcome to
just-
Bassin Brews, your weekly distraction from real Postal Service content.
Dude, her legs, she looks like a different fucking race. She looks full. She's Polish. She looks Hispanic from mid-calf down, right? Because of those fucking shorts, right? And then
Her
she
shorts
also,
go down to her calf. Those are
Well,
capris.
I mean, no. They go to her knee, but like it's really
Her
like
shorts probably go down to your calves. You must
there
be
it is.
thinking about thighs, her thighs from mid
This
thigh down.
Polish lady, her calves look Hispanic, and she is white as a ghost everywhere else until you get to her arms, and then she's got that fucking postal tan of that fucking
Yep.
that bullshit Nike knockoff fucking performance shirt they give you
Hey
guys.
Ed, do you wear the hard safari hat?
So I transitioned. So I used to wear the safari hat. I went to the old school, like a sun helmet. It's kind of like a woven thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I do wear the safari hat. I'm thinking of the other hat. There's like a commando hat.
The boonie,
There you go. So I used to
Yep.
use that. Now I'm with
Yep.
the safari hat.
the hard
Yeah.
hat.
The hard. There you go. The hard.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I
So-
like the old school look.
Why would you wear a fucking hard helmet hat?
Hey, it's more ventilation with those. To be honest,
It is.
you get more airflow in there. With that other the other commando, it's sweaty. It's terrible.
It's just like
Dude.
going commando with your draws.
All
It's
right.
just more sweaty.
How many?
Because good draws
maybe.
soak up all your ball sweat, and it might help reduce chafing. But when you go
Yeah.
commando, if you're a chafer and you go commando, you're fucked.
Ooh,
The
I
next
don't
3
think-
days, you're going to
yeah.
be waddling around,
Yeah.
and every time you get in the shower, you're going to cry.
You can't
Tears
be
of pain.
delivering fucking mail, Commando. You're gonna no, you're gonna rip
Y'all
the
ain't never
seam.
delivered no
You will
fucking mail
regret
in the
that.
Carolina in the deep south then because
No.
And the material for the shorts and the pants
No,
is
it's-
thin. It is
it's-
paper thin.
Yeah, but it's paper thin, but also like sandpaper. I've seen it. They're like the
There
worst
you go. Yep.
wool
Yep.
fucking fabric ever. It is atrocious. And they're
bad.
also like $50 a pop, which is fucking
Yep.
insane.
Yep.
I need to go to Academy and get you some transition pants. They're pants when you need pants, shorts when you need shorts, and they're all
They-
in one thing.
I mean, if you're
Those
a
are the
regular-
pants I wore in Madagascar. Those
Yeah.
transition pants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those
All
are
right,
solid.
How many dogs have you been bit by yet?
2.
Two.
How many
Okay.
did you bite back?
0.
Zero. Were
You know, if
they
a dog
little-
ever bites you, you bite that bitch back, and you hold on as long as it's holding on. And if you don't give up first, that dog will never bite you again.
Well, the thing is, they weren't really bites. They were more like nips.
Nips.
It was like
Were they little dogs or
if-
big
if-
dogs?
Hold on. If teeth,
one big, one
if-
small?
if
Okay.
teeth hit skin, that's a fucking bite.
That true.
Well, yeah, that's what the union says. That's why he got 5 weeks off. And
I actually did not. Don't tell him I did not report these nips.
oh, you idiot! You could have had so many weeks off.
Well, the thing is, I had gloves. The one was like in a colder month, and I had
Yeah.
gloves on, and it was like a
Did you run and
paper
have
cut.
mail falling out of your mail satchel as you ran?
no.
away in
I see.
fear?
I slowly backed away. So this one was a big dog, and I slowly back. I didn't even know it was there. I know the people have a dog, but it's typically not there. So I just slowly backed up, rubber banded their mail, and just gently put it on their little sidewalk.
Oh.
Closed this fence they have, and I was gone.
How many
That's,
cats have chased you out of the yard?
Cats, no, none of that. No problem with cats.
Have you ever deployed your dog spray?
No, no. I've
No.
tested it to make sure it works,
Right,
but
right.
I've never used it on an animal.
I
Did you
gotcha.
test it out
Or
on
a
your
person?
kids?
No people yet. I thought I should probably brought it today just in case, but
Amanda, when she first started as a CCA, they sent her everywhere because they didn't have enough business for her at first. So she We're in South Jersey. We're a little bit outside Atlantic City.
Hey, Alex, your camera just went to shit again.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you, but anyways, so she would get these shifts in Atlantic City, and it'd be like dark as fuck. And I was like, "Yo, have that dog spray for a person ready." Like, because she would do these, like, sketchy-ass fucking areas. Like, they were like, oh, the CCA's coming to help. Let's give her all the sketchy areas in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's the post office. I guess that's what they do. But, yeah. That's funny as shit. She has mastered, like, she got into the post office late in life, right? She was a paralegal for a lot of years and then transitioned to the post office.
We were all barely legal at one point.
So she took that training seriously. So she would like practice doing that thing where you got to take the satchel to like block the dog.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like she would practice that shit. Like once she did the academy and then she had like a week off until she started, she was like practicing that shit to make sure she could block these fucking dogs off, yo.
Were you on all fours pretending to be the dog? She kicked you in your face.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go on in all fours. He can just stand there. He's dog height.
An hour and 25 minutes now he's attacked my height. I feel like after last week's episode with Tyler Ward, everybody's getting real comfortable. You guys are getting real fucking comfortable with us. He started.
Hey, I've been listening, and it feels like I already know you. So it's like
Ed started this episode with, "It's an honor to be on this show," and then he shit on my height. He shit on my equipment.
It's all love, man. It's all love.
I know.
Ed, how has fishing made you a better mailman?
That's a good question. How has it made me better? Probably being observant. Maybe I have to be aware of stuff. So out on the water, maybe I'm more aware of stuff. Maybe that. I don't know.
That's a good point.
So you're saying that it hasn't helped you one single fucking bit?
No.
No. That's what I
now
hear.
maybe with carrying stuff too. Maybe traveling light. Maybe.
So he's
staying hydrated.
You're staying hydrated.
Hydrate's
that's a big one, right? That's, you know what? That is a good one. If you learned anything, is staying hydrated.
Yeah.
Amanda's got a whole routine during the summer months where it's like multiple fucking jugs of water to stay fucking hydrated because it's gnarly.
Ed, what is the one piece of mail? And mail can be a letter all the way up to a box of something. What is the one piece of mail that you see on your truck and you sit down in your seat and you buckle your seatbelt and you crank your little duty up and you're like, motherfucker, when you see that shit in the back of your truck? What is it?
It's usually the dog food in a finished Amazon box. Dog
there
food.
Fuck it is. That's Amanda's.
25 pounds, 50 pounds in a paper thin box.
That's
what happens?
It's terrible. The box bends up on you. It's terrible.
It's fucking heavy. From what she says, Amanda says.
Awkward. It's awkward.
It's awkward. And then my favorite was she always says,
it's terrible.
And they always have a sign on it that says like 2 people, but the post office is like, fuck you, you're going to do it with 1.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like her most hated is anything from Chewy because fucking Chewy, dog food company is fucking atrocious. And then her second worst is those Casper fucking mattresses. That they're like,
those are okay, but I get those.
Amanda probably hates the Casper mattresses. That's the biggest round thing she's ever held.
That's it. I'm just ignoring them all. They're not that good tonight, Paul.
They don't have to be good when they're true.
That's awkward now.
Anything that's true is truthful.
Oh. But anything that's not truthful.
Truth is what you make it.
Truth hurts.
So does love.
Oh, Jesus. Can we... All of these could be on some fucking lady's mantle, over her mantle right now. In shitty cursive. Yeah, the pillow.
You can't love the unlovable.
Oh, Oh, it's actually. How do we get your face with just the words? Oh, here's how I know how. Hey, Wolf of Walmart, can we get Jabberhammer's face with "You can't love the unlovable"? In that same script of it's like the bullshit live, laugh, love.
Correct.
Let's make that happen. He totally derailed me. I want to talk about the mail a lot.
Years ago, I mailed off some vehicle wheels, the rims. Would you have been mad if you rolled up to a place and you had four like 40-pound wheels that you had to tote to the door? Would you like get there and chunk them down on the ground, be like, oh shit, that bitch ain't ever gonna line up?
That sounds bad, man. Rims. Now I've delivered wheels, but it's like usually tires. Not four. It's like one. It's like one at a time or something.
Yeah.
It's never four. It's like one or two, and that's it.
Have you ever had anything that's leaking stinky liquid out of it?
Oh yeah.
That was my question.
Yeah. We've had like something. I don't know if it was honey or something, but we get a lot of. So the worst might be a broken. Like people will send kimchi, and the glass or whatever has broken.
Yeah.
And you got to put it in your
truck. That's a stank.
You drop it off immediately. Like you and you usually need a signature for those.
This is my last stop, but I'm going to this bitch first.
Correct. And you usually need a signature for those. So if they're not there, you gotta bring it back.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are probably the worst.
That never got put in my truck, y'all. I don't know what the fuck happened to that shit. There's some raccoons on the side of the road eating it that night.
How many dildos are you delivering a week, you think?
No idea, but I do have a story that's somewhat relatable to that. It happened a couple weeks ago. Jabberhammer actually might know about this. Do you know about what prank, Jabber?
What prank?
Yeah, do you know about that? What prank?
Twat prank?
No, what prank?
What prank?
What?
Yeah.
What
prank is this a
about?
fucking Abbott Costello bit?
All right. Well, I'm glad you don't know about it. Now I can tell you the story without messing it. Okay, so we get a lot of packages right now, and I was organizing some packages for an upcoming street. And out of the corner of my eye, sticking out of the tub, I see something, yellow. It sticks out, and in bold words, it says porn. I'm like, huh? Bold, big. I'm like, what am I delivering, and who am I delivering to? Like, what is going on here? I take a look at it, and it's like an addiction package.
Yeah.
And there's a dude on the package. It's anonymous, addiction anonymous, porn addiction anonymous, whatever.
Oh my God, you might have delivered a piece of mail of mine to somebody. Finish your story, and then I've got stories.
So on the cover, there's a guy with a trench coat, glasses, a Spectre gadget hat.
Yep.
It's totally not anonymous. I mean, it's this packaging is terrible. Yeah. And it says, congratulations, you're 2 weeks free from, pleasuring yourself. I'm like, what is this? Like, what am I delivering?
Are you shaking
and it gets
like
worse.
A Christmas present?
No, I wasn't. I would try not to touch this thing. So I take the package, put it in my satchel, and it gets worse because I notice I need to get a signature.
Oh, perfect.
But luckily, this person was getting a couple other packages. So I was like, okay, I'll just put it underneath. I'll be like, here, I need this. I need a signature. But I saw the house, and I noticed it was the husband was home. I saw his car. And then just before I was getting there, the wife pulls up. So I'm like, great.
This is perfect. This is
so embarrassing, not just for me, but, for them. I mean, is this piece of mail going to create a divorce, a problem? And I'm like, oh, great. So I scan the other packages, at the door. And then this one I scan, and I need a signature. So I ring the doorbell. Of course, the wife answers. So I'm like, okay, I need a signature today. And I have that crazy package at the bottom, of course. And I get the signature. Luckily, she doesn't ask why or what package. So it's hidden, and I hand it to her, and I'm gone. And then, of course, after I get a break at some point, I look up what this is, and it's a prank.
Yeah,
obviously. Jabberham brought up like glitter bombs before. So this company, they send these embarrassing things, I think for like $14.99.
Yeah,
and
it's really
there's
cheap.
a wide variety of options. There's like farting problem, just political ones. There's anything you name, they have it. It's embarrassing stuff. You have the option to do the signature, and you have the option to do a glitter bomb. So they open it.
Boom.
Glitters
Hey,
everywhere.
listen, if anybody wants to do this, DM me. I will send you Jabberhammer's address. Anybody on the internet?
Yeah, there you go.
Shit.
Anybody
y'all
on the
DM
internet?
me, I'll send you my address. I have no shame.
This is Jabber. You should be the spokesperson for this. I figure this is kind of up your alley.
It is.
So my story to this is we've talked about this before. When I send people packages, I send them like
Trash.
something good and worth something, but I also just put a bunch of random trash and shit in there.
Yeah.
But I also, on the return address, I write, the Alliance of Erectile Dysfunction or Sexaholics Anonymous or some bullshit like that.
They have all this stuff. This stuff you're saying, this company, what prank
I put that
has
on the return address.
Listen, we got to figure out.
I send a lot of my stuff in these big crusher mailers. They're the plastic mailers that you peel a piece so when I write it on there, it's in the Magnum Sharpie. So it's just big and bold. And I send those packages out like that. And every time I take it to the post office, there's two people at the post office who ring me up that laugh about it. And then there's always the one guy that looks at the return address and he's like, oh, he's not amused. But most of the shit I send, the return address has some, usually I'm not very creative with it. Usually it has something to do with erectile dysfunction.
Listen, this is a marketing gold mine. We need to figure out how to link up with them so everybody can send everybody they could send them a bat bomb, right? A Bassin Bruise bomb.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just full of.
They open the package and there's nothing in it.
Nothing of value, just like this show. Perfect.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of old soft plastics that are half torn and you couldn't put on a hook if you had super glue.
That was the fucking worst of what you sent me. You sent me nothing but like not even the heads of baits, like the ass end of baits that nobody wants. Like it was all the bit off jig trailers is what you sent me.
You should collect your tags from your lines for like a whole year and then send them to someone.
Well, so now that he's doing camping, it's going to have to be just like empty MRE bags.
Maybe,
Ain't nobody buying no MREs to go camping. Them bitches too expensive.
Are they?
Fuck yeah. And they're heavy as shit.
What? How expensive? What's the market look like?
I don't know. You can buy the freeze-dried meals, and the cheapest one you're going to find is $10.99, $11.99. I mean, you can't go camping. Look, we go camping. We have bacon, eggs, hot dogs, and then like chips and dip. But we ain't hiking, right? We just drive up, fucking unload campsite right there. I'm not doing any hiking yet, so I don't have to worry about toting MREs and shit like that. But I got some freeze-dried meals if I do have to take shit like that.
I have probably 200 MREs in my house right now. They all expired in 2015.
Yeah, they'd never expire.
Yeah, but that's what they say on them. They are fucking gnarly.
The problem with MREs is if you eat the whole MRE, it's like 4,000 calories.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You're good for the day.
Ones I have, but the ones I have are even more because they have a C ration in them as well. And this C ration is, I'm going to tell you what, if nobody's ever had a C ration, it is fucking gnarly to get through. The shits you have afterwards are fucking epic. They are the biggest shits you've ever had. Because I think the C ration bar itself is around 6,000 calories. It's just a bar of like protein. It's fucking gnarly. But Ed, It's we're close to 2024. What's
Yep.
what's your goals for 2024? What's the next step for Bassin Buskie?
It's pretty much just to kind of stay along this path.
Okay.
Number one, catch the next PB.
Sure.
It's always fishing first. Next, I want to do more longer films or videos.
Sure.
I want to continue, doing the short stuff, but I also want to, get some longer stuff, especially on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I do got some stuff on YouTube, but not a lot. I put the same material on each platform, but I do have the longer stuff on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to make it, shorter versions or split it and put it on TikTok also. So it should be uniform throughout. But yeah, longer videos, bigger fish, simple goals right there for 2024.
Are you looking to move off the bank in 2024 or no?
Well, I do. I do the yak stuff. I actually did more yakking this year.
I saw that,
Problem is the footage, getting footage on the yak. I need to get some equipment.
I got you.
I need to get some kind of camera,
mounts
device.
and all that shit.
Yeah, mounts. There you go. I do need that. I want more waiting.
I might sell
footage.
you some since I'm not going to have my kayak anymore. I can sell you some.
Oh, you never use the fucking video mounts anyway, so
it's like mint condition, probably, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm rough on my fucking equipment, man. That bitch is probably half bent and everything. I hate that shit. I used to get so mad at it. I throw it in the water and have to go get it. It's just terrible. Ed, what's the biggest bird that's ever shit on you?
Oh my, that's probably at an amusement park. Probably a seagull, maybe.
Oh, seagulls.
It's only happened twice.
Dookie too. Twice.
Yeah,
man, that's pretty damn lucky. Most people go their whole lives and never get shit on by a bird.
No, I think it's happened twice. I'm pretty sure twice. Yep, and I've stepped on plenty of the geese poop. A lot of the places I fish, there's a lot of geese.
See, if you go barefoot when you step on goose poop barefoot, it doesn't stick to you.
It doesn't.
When you're walking around with shoes and stuff on, and it's all stuck to your shoes, and looks like you've been walking in mud all day, if you just go barefoot around the goose poop, it just slides right off.
I did not know that. And
when it gets in between your toes, the easiest way to get off is if you lick your index finger and just scoot it between your toes. It just shoots it right off real good and easy.
I'm not gonna try any of this. So
hey, I'm just trying to help you I'm just trying to help you from keeping ruining your good shoes. And I know when you get home, you take your shoes off at the door, and they're full of goose shit, and your wife's like, "You got goose shit in the house again."
Well, see, this is why I don't wear good stuff. I have these cheap boots I use most of the time. I use these cheap muck boots. Once I get to the car, they're off. I put my better shoes, usually Chuck Taylors on, but I muck it around with the muck boots.
I had some they were my Croc replacements that I wore this past summer as work shoes, and I wore them out really quickly. And so I went back to regular shoes and socks, and there's nothing worse than socks and shoes. They make your feet stink so damn bad. I mean, I had to start washing my damn feet like every other day because they smell like wet socks and baby poop. I mean, it's just terrible.
Because you fucking
when I go barefoot, my feet never stink.
Every day, man. It needs to be done every day.
They fucking do smell. I'm more upset, and maybe this is just a geographical thing, but that you said Chucks. Because I feel like Chucks are Vans for people who are bitches and can't wear Vans.
Well, see, here's the story. I actually have Vans. I kind of recently got them because Chucks, I'll be honest, have terrible support.
They're awful.
They are awful. But I did get the Vans, and I got the bad color. I ended up not liking them after a little while.
See, everybody that wears Chucks and Vans typically are the people that had to go get a GED. So I'm very surprised that Ed wears Chucks and Vans since he actually graduated from college.
Well, actually, I'm actually a mailman with a master's. I had to get my master's to teach.
Yeah.
What did you get your master's in?
Teaching. It was actually a teaching program. Yeah, education. Yep. But yeah, the Chucks. I mean, they're just classics.
Thank God you didn't use that master's degree.
You know what?
Hey, I used it for several years.
This is
come
the best.
from a family of teachers, and teaching's it's a lot. It takes a real person to go teach. We all need teachers, and as somebody comes from a family of teachers, fuck that shit, man. Kids today, they're just they're fucking terrible. It's crazy. For all the teachers out there, like we have our librarian Tori, who is a teacher, and let me tell you,
salute to Tori.
Yeah,
she's a good one. You can tell because she's a librarian.
Teaching is rough, man. Teaching is tough. Bless y'all's hearts.
It is.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I'd drink so much damn alcohol if I had to wake up every morning and know I was going to fuck around with teach somebody else's damn badass kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, they all do.
This is how I kind of ended up at the mail at the post office after 6 years.
Let me find the second shittiest job behind teaching. Postal worker.
Well, to be honest, it's the easiest job I've ever had, working at the post office. Easiest.
You obviously never had to run the cash register in the post office.
No, that's a clerk.
That's
a whole different.
Outside carrying the mail. I'm not going to be
Listen,
inside.
Ed, you ready for this?
I love outdoors now.
Eddie, you ready for the lingo? That's a different craft.
Correct. Different craft.
They have different crafts, Paul.
Yeah, like different crafts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the clerks,
the Hobby Lobby crafts,
the carriers.
No. Yep.
Mechanics.
Yep.
Yep. Maintenance. Yep.
They're all different crafts, and they're all different union.
I'll tell you, what the fuck do y'all's maintenance people do? Because they sure as fuck don't do maintenance on your vehicles.
Oh, they fucking do a lot, dog.
I'm just kidding. I know they do because they got to keep them bitches running. Bless their hearts too, because good Lord Almighty,
Ed,
half the ones around here sound like the fucking go-karts at the damn Adventureland.
Ed, have you gotten any of the new ones yet?
So we drive most of us at our station is the Pro Masters. It's the big brand van. Yeah. And we do have a few of the Mercedes-Benz smaller vans.
Okay. But you don't have any of the new vehicles yet, right?
No, not the ugly one you're talking about.
Yeah. The brand new one that looks like it looks like Daffy Duck, like it's got a big ass fucking eye thing and then like a bill. Yeah, it's awful.
See, all of our postal carriers still ride around in the bumper cars. They got the
LLV,
rubber bumper. Them bitches
LLV,
might as well have three wheels on them too. They look like a fucking souped up golf cart with bumpers.
And those are actually probably still the best one due to for maintenance reasons. They're easier to fix. The Pro Masters, the ones we have, they're supposed to be updated. They're gonna conk out. I mean, pretty soon, and they all go at the same time.
But those Pro Masters have air conditioning and heat.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where I grew up, our male folks where I grew up didn't have no mail vehicle. They drove around in their personal vehicle, sitting in the driver's seat.
Ed, what are they called? What are they called?
I'm not.
Well, they're
I know what it is, but I forget the name.
They're rural carriers.
Rural carriers. Yeah.
So they sit in the passengers.
Some rurals have that. Some.
All the male people I had growing up, they sat in the passenger seat and steered with their left hand and used their left foot to brake and drive, and they drove around in that vehicle with the little orange slow light on it.
Yep.
And it was a regular car. The steering wheel wasn't on the wrong side. They were in their regular ass car, sitting in the passenger seat, driving with their left hand and left foot, and fucking
that's real rural.
Real rural.
Yeah, well, my town only has 700 people in it.
Yeah, it depends on your state. Like in New Jersey, the rural folks here have to be in a legit vehicle, but like in Pennsylvania, they don't have to. So those like RCAs and the rural regulars have to like get their own fucking vehicles to go deliver. Okay. It's fucking weird.
This was a really good episode. We actually talked about a good bit of fishing, but we've learned absolutely nothing about the Postal Service, but we've talked about it for at least 45 minutes.
Maybe. All right. Well, speaking of, actually, no, I have no segue to that. All right, Ed, we're going to get to probably
Ed,
the most.
Is Ed short for something else?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Can you guess?
Edward.
No. Fred.
Close.
Okay.
No.
What is it?
Eduardo.
There you go. Eduardo.
It is Eduardo? No way.
It is.
All right.
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
look, fuck that. If my name was Edward, I'd like call me like Bill. If my name was Edward, I'd be like my name's Bill. But if my name was Eduardo, I'd be like, bitch, my name's Eduardo. We are not shortening one of the greatest names ever to Ed.
I'm fucking with you.
I mean, you're Eduardo.
Hey, when I was a kid, I liked Ed. It was easier to communicate.
Even in
my
Miami?
name.
Even in Miami?
See, that's where it changed. Like Connecticut, Ed.
Yeah, all right,
Okay.
all right. South Florida,
Miami,
though, it became...
Florida, yeah.
Wait.
But see, I actually got to get to this. My name. So Baskie,
Yes.
my last name is a mouthful.
Okay.
So my first name and last name do not match. So my last name is Baskerville.
Oh.
And it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
So when I was a teacher,
Baskie.
Someone shortened everyone's name. So we had a Stony, Frederick became Freddie, and I became Baskie. And so I just kind of used that name with Bassin to make a fishing
So you
name.
taught at the high school Alex went to where they couldn't spell past the last 4 or 5 letters.
You were in Tacoma, Washington? Holy shit.
Eduardo Baskerville.
Yeah. And
that
the middle
is a
name
fucking lot of
bad,
name.
too.
When you took tests in the bubble in test, your name never fit in all the fucking tests.
Oh, bro.
No.
Yeah.
And I had another problem too, because Baskerville is supposed to have an E at the end, but they messed up on my dad's birth certificate. So not only do I have to correct people all the time, it's like, yeah, it's supposed to have a, but it doesn't. So it's a mess with my name.
My wife's maiden last name was Gassemian, Ghassemien.
Oh, wow.
Where the fuck is that from?
And so
what country is that from?
Every time she would go somewhere in college, when they start reading out the roster, they would call her Sarah Gassman.
No, Paul, what's the origin of that name?
Yeah, what country is that? What
It's Persian.
Persian. Okay.
I'm married to a Persian princess. But the only thing Persian she got was her nose and her eyebrows.
Paul.
I mean, she says it, but she's like, didn't get the Persian beautiful olive skin. I mean, she got the attitude, the nose, and eyebrows. I love her to death.
Oh, props to you, Sarah. Sorry for dealing with Jabber. It's not like you're going to listen to this, but props to you.
Yeah, you know she's a sweet soul. We've been together since she was 19 and I was 20.
Does she know that she was on TikTok now with your little
does she know
age
that yet?
debate?
I don't. I did not share that one with her, but I do send her a lot of TikToks during the day. So it's okay.
Ooh.
What's the worst she could do?
What's her name on TikTok so we can send it to her?
She's not on TikTok.
Oh, she's one of those lurkers where you got to send like the clip in text and then
right. But
she actually might be the smart one, not to be on TikTok.
She doesn't even go on TikTok. She doesn't even watch half the shit that I send her, and it's really good stuff. Like I don't send her dumb stuff. I send her cleaning stuff and makeup stuff and like things you should do for your husband when you're mean to them stuff. And she never watches any of it. So
That's
she's
crazy.
She continues to be mean to me.
Well, in 2024, we can expect more of the same, but it's still 2023. So, Ed, before we get to this part, you know how this works. This is where the Brewski is going to be. Listen, the Brewskis are a fickle bunch. They're a welcoming bunch. But this is where they're going to hammer you. So before we get there, if you'd like to shout out anybody before you're, either elevated to the highest levels to become a serious angler, or to the lowest dark waters?
Yeah, shout outs. I would like to shout out my fish brain people. They they were the first fishing community that I kind of gelled with and kind of inspired and got me going on this journey. And I met up with a bunch of them this year. Cool. This year I kind of made a big point to meet up more with people. So I'd like to shout out all the fish brainers. I still go there, use it.
That's pretty interesting because we've never had anybody talk about that they met up with their fish brain community. Yeah, it's always cool. Instagram or TikTok or YouTube.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've ever had anybody say that they've met up with their friends through fish brain. That's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of them, you kind of talk to the local people. They fish the same waters, so it makes sense that you would try to link up. But yeah, this year I met up with about, I want to say 6 or 7.
Oh, that's awesome.
On multiple occasions too. And, I actually like to fish alone. That's my preference, but you learn a whole lot about yourself and other people fishing with them, especially fishing techniques. I had one guy, I went out with him. He wanted to fish one spot I did not like. It was open area. And he started using a popper, which I love. And I was like, I don't know if he's going to catch anything. He caught 2 fish within 30 minutes. And I'm like, wow, okay. So it kind of opens my eye. Like, maybe I should try more open water because I'm more of a beat the banks, go for the cover structure. But the smallies were out there in the open, hiding in little pools. So yeah, the meeting up with the fish brainers has kind of expanded my, skills or eyes.
I have learned more and become a better angler by talking with people after tournaments, at the boat ramp, shooting the shit. I've learned more in those short encounters, less than an hour, 15 minutes, than I have on any social media, YouTube, or being out there by myself on the water. Sitting around and talking to folks at the boat ramp is invaluable.
Yeah, you got to connect with people when you can, whether it's after fishing, during fishing. Yeah, even if you're an introvert like many of us are.
Yeah, don't put me in no introvert motherfucking bullshit.
Yeah, I can't. You're not an introvert. No. Yeah, I kind of.
Paul loves
the only thing introverted in me is my pecker.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to shout out the TikTok people too, and the IG people, the fish talk. They kind of more inspire me on the creator part, creating stuff, as well as fishing. They motivate you to keep going out there.
Hey,
seeing their big catches kind of makes you want to catch stuff too.
Who's the worst TikToker that you just can't quit following?
Oh my,
Matty Ice.
I might plead the 5th.
I'm sorry,
but
no,
he meant Matty.
You have to name them.
I'm gonna just follow along with Alex. I must say though, he will have some gems hidden in all his chaos. He will have a gem hidden once in a while.
Well, I mean, he himself is a gem.
Correct.
No, he needs to be canceled and kicked off the platform at this point. I'm continuing the match.
I did enjoy his lights during the what is it, the
lights when he lit his garage on fire for views.
Not those lights, but maybe.
Oh shit, Matty, I hate you.
He didn't even light anything on fire.
You,
those lights and smoke were smoke bombs that he got from the 4th of July 20 years ago that he found. Yep. He's like, oh, TikTok royalty, here I come. Let me light my garage on fire.
He got the smoke bombs when he was in the reserves, when he was pretending to be in the military. And
that's wrong.
Was that too far?
Yeah.
No. Matty, Ed loves you. We hate you. But
No,
yeah,
don't
we'll
put
leave it
we
at
in
that.
there. I love Matty Ice.
Oh,
I'm gonna hug a fart out
I
of him.
cannot wait. I know this episode's going to come out after the end of the year kegger.
The kegger,
Hopefully, you
yeah.
guys enjoyed that. I don't know how it's going to go because this is recorded before it.
Hey, speaking of end of year keggers, guess who I'm camping with on February 8th and 9th?
What does that have to do with Ed doing shout outs?
It has nothing to do.
Well, he did mention my birthday in one of those dates, so it's totally relatable.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, make
Are we
sure
camping together for my birthday?
Make sure I get your cell phone
shit.
number because I usually I like to send ass pics to all my buddies on their birthdays.
No, it doesn't matter birthdays. It's just any day that ends in Y.
My birthday is February 32nd.
So we know his first
your
name.
leap year baby.
Hold on, we know his first name.
I'm joking.
His middle name, his last name, and now his birthday. Everybody go out there and get all the credit cards you can in Ed's name.
Guess who I'm camping with February 8th and 9th?
I messed up, man.
Bailey.
Past guest of the show.
Bailey.
No.
February. That would be
Hand Job Adventures.
Oh, are you
Dustin.
really? Oh shit. You know, it's funny. I was just going to do a video. I got some videos coming out of all the memes, and one of them isn't a meme. It's just you trying to kiss Hands-On Adventures and his face from February of last year, or of this year.
What are you talking about?
February of this year, I have a picture of you trying to kiss him, and the title above it just says, "I miss you so much." I'll send it to you. I don't know where I got it from, but it's weird.
Cool.
All right, Ed, you got any more shout outs?
Yeah, I got one more.
Sure.
Yeah, I got to shout out the family.
There you go.
My wife and kids, they understand I'm addicted to fishing.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest cheerleaders, my mom and dad, they barely fish. My mom doesn't fish. My dad has tried to get into fishing because I'm getting into it more.
Mm-hmm.
They both joined Fish Brain to monitor my catches.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
they are hardcore cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love it when my dad will call me up randomly and say, "Hey, I caught a bass today," and he'll send me a picture. It's probably the coolest thing to happen while you just delivering mail. Dad calls me. I caught a fish.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, love you, mom and dad.
Hey, they're probably not going to listen.
They cannot listen to this podcast.
No, I mean.
Hey, the thing is, my mom, she will find me. She follows me on everything except for
she's going to find
things.
you on this podcast and disown you like the week after Christmas.
Hey, Mama Baskie, I'm sorry that your son's delivered at least 9 million dildos this month because it is the giving year. This episode is brought to you by Adam and Eve. If you're looking for a big schlong, Ed's going to send it to you.
Adam and Eve's distribution center is down here in my neck of the woods.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should get a job there.
I mean,
no. I mean, you should see if they need to get crushed, and then you can just take videos of sex toys getting crushed. All right,
because you know how they have the out of date products that they got to throw away and get destroyed.
Crushing.
And then I picked the drum
Mama
up. I picked the drum up off because it's got all these teeth in it. There's a bunch of dildos hanging on. You gotta wiggle it to shake them off, and then you get the one that has a suction cup on it that gets suction cup. And you keep wiggling it. It's just a big old dong.
You're never gonna get a new driver at that point when you're like, listen, man, you gotta wiggle this thing like 9 times to get that big old dongle off there.
And if you can't wiggle them off, you got to go take them all off by hand.
All right. Hey, man, here it is. Here's the rules. Everybody knows them. But if you don't, we're going to ask you a series of...
We can't do an episode without this. We can't end an episode without this.
Oh, gosh.
He knows what it is.
I do know what it is.
Bass or ass?
Who's going wrong?
It's neither. It's just is it Dwight?
True.
Is that the angler?
Not even close.
Not even close. Oh man, I'm confusing my episodes here. I guess.
He said Dwight.
Dwight.
No, it is Dwight. You're right. It is Dwight.
It's not Dwight. It's Wham Fishing. Wyatt.
Yeah, it's Wyatt.
Wyatt. Apologies,
Dwight.
Wyatt.
Yep.
Yeah. You should have spent more time in the library. Your alphabet's a little messed up.
That's where all the good girls are. All right, here's how it works. I'm going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions. I don't need an explanation unless we ask you for one. What we need is your.
Do I need to pull the list
answer.
up because you forgot 3 questions with Tyler last week?
No, I mean maybe if you want, but are you going to spend more on a rod or a reel?
It just became real. It was rod, and it just became real.
Listen, man, if you're going to do big casters, you're going to have to spend more on a reel. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Texas or wacky?
I'm gonna go with Texas, more versatile.
Okay.
Even though my PB largemouth is on a wacky.
That's
How big was that?
It was only 4 pounds. I'm trying to get to 5 one day.
It's all right, man. Listen. We don't judge you on the size of your PB on this show.
Alex
we
doesn't.
do.
I do.
We do. Yeah.
That's okay. That's Alex's PB too.
No, it's not. All right. So I'm really interested on this one because I've talked about it before. Your musical, the music that you put on your videos is very eclectic in the best way possible. Yeah. It's all over the place, and I fucking love all of it. So on the way to fishing, is it hype music or slow jams?
If I'm not listening to Bassin Brews, it will be hype.
Oh, man. All right. What does that mean to you?
Well, if you have heard or seen my clips, you know what I listen to. But it's a variety, but mostly I'm more of a alternative rock guy or 90s, early 2000 hip hop.
Would you consider Brooks and Dunn hype music?
Brooks and Dunn, no.
He hasn't heard the episode yet. That's for everybody.
Is this Tyler? Is this Tyler?
Tyler said fucking Brooks and Dunn.
No, well, he said like classic rock and some Brooks and Dunn. And we're like,
Brooks and Dunn.
Hold the fuck on. Brooks and Dunn, he's not fucking hype music. He must be listening to the Brooks and Dunn that somebody has used AI to make the song with. Like, the Skeet Skeet song that's going around now. That's just awesome. Somebody that knows how to run AI, take a Brooks and Dunn song and make it hype music so that we can make a TikTok to tag Tyler in.
It's so.
Yeah, we need a music person on this podcast to help with the remixes.
We do.
Yeah, we do. We do.
But again, credit to you though, and that's just from me to you. I love your fucking musical taste because you had like LP on, which like nobody fucking listens to LP unless he's in Run the Jewels, right? But you had before Run the Jewels, so fucking good. You had 9 Inch Nails, which I confess my love for. I do
got to shout out. You know who you got to really thank? I brought a show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
This magazine here saved my music life.
Oh, okay.
This particular magazine has the 90s albums.
It's got the guy from.
Hold on, go back to that. We've got Trent Reznor at the top middle, right?
Yeah.
We've got Kurt Cobain. We've got I don't know who the fucking guy is on the right.
This is Beck.
Oh, that is Beck. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill, correct.
That's perfect.
Very good.
Oh, that's Kurt Cobain?
Yeah, this is Kurt.
Yeah.
I thought it was the guy from damn. I
Creed?
thought it was the guy Creed. Yeah, I thought it was the guy from Creed.
No, but your
that is sad.
That's what's going to get us canceled is me saying that Kurt
right?
Cobain looked like the guy from Creed.
No, your musical tastes are so eclectic and stuck in a time warp, and I fucking love it.
They are certainly stuck.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you did the video, this is just me like fan gushing here at this point. When you did the video with the LP,
We can tell.
I was like, holy shit. This is the first time I've ever heard LP on fucking TikTok ever.
Who the fuck is LP? Is that like the a sideshow of the Insane Clown Posse, the ICP? No. Like what the fuck is LP?
Well, if you want to know the history, at first he started with
no. I just want to know who it is.
Yep,
We do not need the history.
He started on Def Jux, and he did his own first album, which was Fantastic Damage, with the hit single. What was it? Oh shit, 9mm. What was it? I think it was called 9mm, right?
9mm. There's something after. I'm bad with music names, but yeah, you are on point.
Oh, it was called Deep Space 9mm.
Yeah.
Deep Space. Yeah. And then he did a couple like traditional, like alternative rap albums, you could call them, and then he did a whole fucking jazz album, which is fucking wild. And then he did some songs.
His production is so underrated.
Yes.
So underrated.
He did a lot of songs with RJD2 and Aesop Rock as well. These are all Def Jux album members. And then, Paul, he split to join a group called Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels.
And he quit out of it, So, all right, Paul, come back. Anyways, Def Jux was like, that's a whole nother story, but I saw
You just named a bunch of people that sounds like they tried to rip other people's music off. Def Jam,
this
LP,
was like...
ICP.
Now these are like underground OGs.
ASAP Rocky and the Aesop Fables guy you just talked about.
Aesop Rock was way before Aesop Rocky. I think the Daylight album came out in like 98. I still have it on vinyl. We actually listened to it like 2 weekends ago. It was amazing still. But let's get back to the shotgun round because Paul's drifting because he only likes Brooks and Dunn.
I must say, if you are driving and listening to Bassin Brew, turn it off immediately. I hit 2 deer in the past 3 months listening to Bassin Brew.
Did you eat
going fishing or coming home from fishing?
Did you eat them?
I'm so sorry. Your car's been demolished twice.
Bad luck with my car this year.
Holy
shit.
Did
you eat them?
They survived. You
got to hit them harder.
Well, no, these are fucking Baltimore deer. They fucking hit him back when he got done.
Hey, I'm not Baltimore. I'm more DC. Come on.
Hey,
all right.
I got a quick deer story.
DC
so my wife texts me. I leave for work early one morning. This is a few weeks ago. My wife texts me and say, "Hey, I think I heard a gunshot." I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird in this neighborhood. And she walks out front, and there's a police officer and an animal control officer out there. And then they leave.
It's just hunting.
And she looks, and there's a blanket on the side, in the middle of our neighborhood on a street, beside the street, like where somebody would put their grass clippings to get picked up by the trash people. There's a white blanket with a blood spot on it. And my wife, I'm like, well, what is it? She said, I think it's a deer. I'm pretty sure I see antlers. I'm like, go take a picture of it. Go take a picture of it. And she didn't. So when I got home, I went and yanked the blanket off and took a picture of it. It is a big ass buck. It was like it was a damn nice buck. The bitch tried to jump the fence out of the creek and got hung up in the fence, and the neighbor saw it when they came out. They called the police and they had to put it down. That fucking deer sat on the side of the road in the middle of our neighborhood for 2 days.
What a waste.
If I'd have known that shit, I would have been done cleaned that bitch and put it in the freezer.
Boiling it with your peanuts.
And I ain't boiling no deer meat. We make some jerky. We put some on
jerky. Yeah, some jerky.
All right.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Only if Alex is ordering it.
Ah, my man. Look at him cater to the host.
Yeah, if pizza is pizza, I'll eat it, but I won't order it.
Yeah, I don't believe that. You're not that skinny talking about you'll eat whatever.
Hey, I do eat. I eat everything.
I don't believe you. Because I eat everything. I eat everything, and I'm like 4 of you.
I eat everything to a reasonable amount. How about that? A good portion.
Well, should I eat everything to a reasonable amount too?
He's just got a large, reasonable amount. In a 5-hour session of fishing, would you rather catch? Okay, would you rather catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7?
This is easy. It's the 7.
Yeah.
I'll take a 6. I'll even take the 5. It'll be my PB.
Gotcha.
I like the one
4.
big fish program.
I gotcha.
Slow jams or hype music?
We already did that one.
Yeah, that was the hype. I picked the hype.
I'm fucking with Alex right now because he forgets half these questions. So,
hey Ed, have you ever eaten beaver?
Here we go. Hey, you forgot the other question.
Crocs
I haven't
or flops?
forgotten anything yet.
Now, you do bass first, and then you do the beaver.
No, I can do these whenever I want. I'm the creator of
let
the
me tell
show.
you. Let me tell you about beaver. I'm riding down the road the other day, and there's a certain road that has
a lot of
population of people that tweak. And I was riding down, and there was this guy and this woman just arguing.
Mm-hmm.
And about 5 minutes later, I ride by, and there's a dead beaver on the side of the road. Saddest thing ever.
It probably fell out of her pants. How do we set up roadside trailer therapy with Smiley? Like, we just figure out we got to get enough money where we can just drive Smiley around to trailer parks, and he can just be the therapist that mediates these crackhead arguments.
I think he would excel in that job.
I do too. I mean, he hasn't excelled at a lot of
would.
things in life, but I think he'd excel at that.
Have you ever eaten beaver?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you prepare it?
You got to first. I said yeah, so it's like a no. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Prepared. Let's see. With patience and love.
That's the best barbecue.
It is.
You never go wrong with barbecue that you prepared with patience and love.
I love that this is the two different Virginia guys who are Virginia area guys who have given very different answers, because it popped up on my memories of Pond Hopper giving raw the other week.
That was probably
that's actually how I got onto this program.
Is it really?
I saw a clip with Pond Hopping and you guys because I've fallen him first, and I saw him. I was like, oh, what is he on? And I'm like, let me check this out. I like the logo, so let me check. I've tried bass fishing podcasts before, and I never liked them. And here I am listening to you guys and on the show now.
Pond Hopping gave us two of the most iconic classical Bass and Brews clips ever. He gave us.
Yes,
he was the first.
Did.
He was one of the first ones with the funniest beaver question answer.
He was.
And he gave us how to become viral.
Yep.
With he was the shit your pants, fall in the water, hook yourself, or hook somebody else. That came from his. Two of our most iconic little clips, our little blurbs.
And listen, Mike, if you're listening, congrats on the kayak, bud. I'm glad that you finally got into a pedal kayak. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and he's out in that some bitch all the time now, putting out content.
He's gonna get really. He's gonna get really fat. That's what I'm worried about, because his latest video said that he's gonna eat Chinese food every time he skunks. Well, it's fucking winter, dog. You're gonna be eating a shit ton of Chinese food, and all of a sudden you're gonna need a.
It's good for the winter. It's good for the winter. You're gonna hibernate.
Yeah. No, he's gonna max it out and look like fucking Jabberhammer if he keeps at this rate.
He's gonna be a bigger kayak. I'll sell him mine. Matter of fact, I got a buyer coming to look at mine next Wednesday. Matter of fact, I think it's gonna be sold the day before end of year kegger. Sounds like it. The guy's coming from like fucking Missouri or somewhere.
Holy
so I'm pretty
shit.
Sure he's you
should
highball him. He's driving down.
Once he shows up, be like, I want $9,000. And when he says no, be like, enjoy your drive home.
I wouldn't do that.
Right,
yeah, he's driving from like Missouri to come look at it. So I'm pretty sure he's going to buy
it. Crocs or flops?
You already know I bought Crocs because of you guys and my daughter. Yep. So Crocs.
Yes.
Hey, Ed was really fucking pissed off.
He was so mad.
Hey, that was fake mad. I'm just ribbing you guys.
No, I get it, dude. No, listen, I've been on that Crocs hype, and I do think they are the best fishing shoe, right? But
I actually don't. I don't like the Crocs in the kayak,
you don't like them?
To be honest.
No. You like
I need some more protection.
Alex went to tinkle when we were talking about the goose poop that you have to walk in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah,
wait. Yeah,
goose
you
poop.
can't.
Yeah,
do
because
that.
the goose poop squishes around the crocs and enters
you gotta
into
have
your
muck
toes and
boots or
feet through the
something.
holes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
You gotta have muck boots.
But see, if you're barefoot,
There you
again,
go,
if you're
muck boots,
barefoot,
yeah.
if for whatever reason, it's very weird. Goose poop does not stick to human flesh.
What? That's not true. But I
It
will
is.
say,
How many times have you walked barefoot through goose shit?
I fucking never, because I'm not barefoot that
So
often.
you don't know. See,
That's true.
don't talk about shit you don't
you're right.
know.
But I will say, hey, dudes, you want to sponsor us? This shoe's fucking dope. My wife hates them. She thinks these are the ugliest things ever.
Yeah,
I fucking love these.
Yeah, you can keep showing them, but we can't see a fucking thing because you look like a fuzzy fucking unshaven 1970s porn coochie.
All right.
Yeah, it looked like he was holding up a piece of wood or something.
Well, I think we got into actually the most critical part of this show.
Nope.
What did we miss? Oh,
Did
hey,
you eat largemouth bass?
there it is.
I have not eaten a bass since the 90s.
But
Oh.
that's not the question.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
That's
sad
fine.
for you. I'm sad for you.
This is why
You got to put out a video of you catching and cooking a bass.
Well,
You can't give us a hard time until we get that video.
Hey, don't
No
tip
shit.
me
No
with
shit.
fucking up the dreams of every
No
bass
shit.
angler on the social media.
No,
Do
fuck
it,
you,
man.
Paul. You actually go out
Get a
fish.
lunker.
Yes. I'll catch
and
or
cook.
I'm sorry, I'll edit it.
Dabber
You
camper
fucking put all that
cooking
together.
a
Yep, that's it. That's the money one right there. Paul, you do that. I'll edit it, and then I'll send it to
Viral.
Ed. Ed will put the fancy B-roll and cinematic.
I will
text
edit.
to it.
Yep.
It'll look like one of those Top Chef videos, just like sprinkling salt and shit. He'll look like Salt Bae dropping that shit on a fat large.
Yeah.
Accepted.
All right, make it happen.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here's the most important question. Every great angler loves a good sandwich. What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Oh, before you answer, I gotta get pee. Give me like 10 minutes. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Announcements.
Yeah, right.
See, he's listened enough to know that I gotta announce anything I need to announce now because Alex can't end the podcast until this question has been asked.
I am a little disappointed I didn't get to hear the hold up.
It'll happen. I mean, don't worry.
I did it the whole podcast. You weren't listening.
No, you were on the point.
He was reined in. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the meats. Go
ahead.
The meats. That actually looks like a creature from Madagascar known as the Fusa.
Wait,
but yeah.
What the fuck? Hold on. What's the Fusa?
The fat upper shit area.
Fusa, so Madagascar doesn't have dangerous animals, really.
Yeah.
The only semi-dangerous is the Fusa, and that's the only thing that would actually attack like another. It's basically the only predator, and they kind of hunt for the lemurs.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a dog. It's kind of like a dog cat. There you go.
So that's what the fuck it looks like.
Kind of.
How?
Or does it look
did you ever
like
eat
that?
Oh
Lord.
Hey girl, did you ever eat a Fusa?
No, I've never seen one in the wild. I
really?
should say. Yeah, those are harder to see. They're kind of like the Bigfoot.
Huh.
Except they're real.
I'm gonna deep dive into this.
Yeah,
and we're gonna add this. Yeah, we're gonna add this. It's gonna become Chupacabra, Fusa, and the Wendigo.
Yeah.
The RV camper?
No, that's a Winnebago, dipshit. Anyways, what are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
So we're gonna go with the pleasing answers. I would give the terrible answers. I'm gonna go with the simple.
No, I want to know your honest answers. Don't overthink it. Honest answers.
Yeah, you answer the question. You're bouncing around this bitch by.
Man,
you just said a bunch of words that made no sense.
Here we go. This is the jabber I know.
Pleasing answers, or do I
thought he was about to say polenta. When he said
no polenta, no cheese.
I thought he was
no
spinach.
spinach.
Placenta.
No, so we're gonna
I heard
go
it's good fried up with an egg.
Sorry, headphone users. All right, what do you got?
We're gonna go with lobster. You know, I like a good lobster
shit,
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the first. All
Lobster
right.
roll.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go with a brisket.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to get that moist brisket, moist.
Oh no! Stop saying moist.
Well, I don't like the lean one. You got to go moist. Oh my! And last but not least, this is going to my father's side from North Carolina. The
Crib.
the barbecue with the coleslaw.
Oh, I'm disappointed though.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that a man from Maryland didn't say crab cakes.
Well,
They were honorable mention.
Yeah, blue.
Where in
crab's
North
full of
Carolina is
shit.
your pops from?
He's from a small town, not even a town. It's called Wise. It's near the Virginia line.
It's
a town.
in the South. In the South, we call those communities.
Community of Wise.
There you go.
Near Norlina. He grew up on a farm.
Okay.
So he's eating beaver for sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Hey, Ed,
I'll ask him next time.
Yeah. I was about to say, Ed, when Christmas comes around, if you could maybe record a video asking if your dad's eating beaver and see what we get from that.
I'll try.
All right.
Because
problem.
Norlina, yeah,
Just make it
that's
super
country.
cinematic.
like a
I'm gonna have to wait till I see
like a
him
trailer to a drama movie.
Right? He's like, Dad, I've got a question. Son, what
I
is
have a
it?
very important question, Dad.
I don't know if I can ask you or not. No, go ahead. Tell me, son. But Dad, have you ever eaten beaver?
Perfect.
All right, man. Hang out for a minute. It's been great having you on. Everybody go check him out.
Will do.
I do have an announcement. Alex, go
Of
fuck
course
yourself.
you fucking do.